a message for my people.
Nick Dad, baby. We the new label.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
Come on, son.
Now this the black sheep sticking it to him. I need a crib like I'm Gatsby.
I need it.
In hand, just understand my
Pockets that deep.
with nothing to prove. I ain't got nothing to do. When they can't compete and I got nothing to lose. You see, they told me I'm
Yo,
the
so
one
when's the
that's
last
gonna
time we did
benefit.
some shit like this?
Us two?
Yeah.
Us three together, never.
Us three together, never.
Never, no.
Us two, we did, what was it, 2 years ago? No, more. You've been,
Bro, it's been like 4 years, bro.
has it been 4 years?
Before Vegas.
I've been out in Vegas now for 3 years.
Time flies. So yeah, it's 4 years.
Longest episode I've ever done
Was it me?
was like 3.5 hours, bro.
That's an accomplishment.
Fucking banger.
That's
Went
the
all-
title I hold.
Went all over the place. Soccer, aliens, hockey, fashion.
It can only be that way though.
Bro, it was the best. Yeah, man. My two favorites, honestly. And I
That's
don't care
crazy.
who hears this. Because I also make it very clear. You know, I'm a big rankings guy.
True,
I always
very
put top fives, top
Big
fours.
charts guy.
Yo, per appearance, power ranking, like the ratio, where do I stand?
Bro, I remember I told you this. I had the ring girl, Ariani, on the show, and then I had you after. More people hit me up about having Dylan on the show.
That's great.
Because it's the chemistry, bro. It's the chemistry,
real.
it's the vibe. But y'all two my favorites. Y'all are my stylist. Cause boy, before I moved to Vegas, I did not know how to dress, and them two would be like, "What the fuck are you wearing?"
Yo, it's more of it. He comes at you.
Yeah,
It's more-
yeah.
Brutally honest.
Yeah.
Could not let you get away with that.
But it's funny though that you're wearing a beanie now, because
Yeah.
that one time I wore a beanie.
No, yeah, I mean-
Move the mic closer to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if you ever wear a beanie with a tank top by choice, it's just out of control.
You either lost a bet or you're just something's wrong.
Yeah.
Yo, hold on. Have you heard the Space Jam T-shirt story with me?
No.
Oh my goodness. So
Do we even want to tell this?
yeah,
Like,
why not? It's part of the lore, bro.
Nah.
Do you want to tell it? You tell it.
Absolutely, I want to tell it. He wore the same shirt for like 3 different sporting events, all within like 8 hours. So we met up, went and played football. No. We met up, went to the gym first, then got food, helped Josh move out of his apartment.
Oh, so
That's right.
That's dusty. Like you're borderline dusty.
Went to go throw around at football. Mind you, it's just us two. It was about 98 degrees outside, so it's just us the whole time. Then he wore that same shirt to jiu-jitsu.
Wow.
Shit never got washed.
That's,
Bro, I wore it for like 10 hours, and then I wonder why I've gotten staph infections.
Yeah.
he got staph from himself.
Yeah, he's got a toe growing.
He
from his
contracted
neck.
it. He got it.
Yeah, toe growing from his neck.
Oh shit. That's
Yeah,
good.
legend shit, man. And then the Bret Hart tank top, which, by the way, I sent you a picture one time. Cameron was wearing that same Bret Hart tank. I was like, yo, what do you got to say now? He's like, he also didn't wear a fucking beanie with it,
He
too.
wore it in.
That's
he
wrong.
wore it in the summertime.
In Vegas summertime beanie.
Yeah,
That's wild.
he wore it in Vegas at a pool party, probably not on his podcast with a fucking beanie. That was your choice.
Yo, the pool party beanie.
Pool party.
That's
beanie's crazy.
diabolical.
That's nuts.
That is, yeah.
It's insane.
But yeah, y'all two.
That's like people playing basketball in fitteds.
I've done that before.
Shit kills.
Yo,
man,
don't
that's
even lie.
crazy.
From age like,
Damn, so you were a trendsetter then, because now
bro,
people do it.
from
Now
age like
people do it.
13 in the park to like 17, fitted.
Curve brim, straight brim,
Straight.
straight brim.
This is like back in like the 59-50 era. Like
Yeah,
if it had
to
any
be
y
straight,
equals
yeah.
mx plus b,
Nah.
any slope, it was fucking thrown out, bro. I was not learning fucking geometry. That's
Nah,
geometry.
no way. Nah,
That's algebra. I was not learning algebra because I didn't want my shit sloped.
Dropped out of college.
Yeah. Dropped out of college. The moment they started putting letters in math, I was
Yeah.
like, I'm out of here, bro.
No.
I'm out of here. But yo, I appreciate you guys. This is always a fun episode, and I planned for it for when I was coming back. I was like, yo, I want to have you two on. Because also, I hope you guys abuse the shit out of them in the comments, because them two should be doing content. And I don't feel that way about everybody that I know, but them two in particular are fucking awesome. They know mad shit. They're good at mad shit. Finny one time was on Xbox and he told one of our friends, he's like, yo, tell me something I'm not good at, and we still haven't heard an answer yet.
Wow.
So that's Finny, that's Dylan, for those
Group
that
chat
don't
gonna-
know.
Group chat gonna love that one.
That's fine.
Group chat is going to love that one.
chat's gonna go
Hey, yo, by
crazy.
the way, I use a bunch of the fantasy group chat topics on the show.
Oh yeah.
Like I've talked about. So let me ask you this before we get going. and I think you've chimed in, but for the people to hear. I'm a believer that if my team sucks ass, I want you to suck ass. I don't want you to go like the Giants. I don't want you to go 6-11, have the 12th pick. No, be a championship contender. Or let's get as close as we can to a number one pick and collect assets. So how do you feel about this? Because it's an important conversation.
It's extremely important. And I feel like that's where you could tell what kind of a fan someone is. You get like, I don't want to say fair weather fan, but like I feel like the more real fans, they're willing to suck. You know? The worst spot in all sports is 1 foot over the gate, like right in the middle. Yeah. Because it gets you nowhere. You got to commit to being bad or commit to being good. There's a plan.
No one wants to be mid. No one wants to be mid.
I'd rather be trashed than mid.
Yeah, like mid is bad.
It's real bad. So
it's like mid top Jordan 1s. We don't do those.
I could never do that. I could never. I'd rather have nothing on. Yeah. Well, I'd rather have nothing. Barefoot. Yeah. So I'm 100%. And I heard you talk about it before. You know, resting Dart. You know, because like why I get it, the whole health thing, but like he's helping you win games to a certain point. Why? Just, you know what you got? Let's lose. Let's lose bad as we can and build out from there. So I'm 100%
should have started them from week 1.
Yeah. They should have. But I'm 100% on we got to commit to being bad or good because that'll get us to where we got to go. You know?
100%.
When you enter in, and I'm sorry to cut you off, when you enter in Google Maps, right? Every destination you go to, you got to make a turn, right?
That's a fact.
Can't go straight the whole way and get there. You got to make a left on 73rd. You got to make a turn. You got to choose a side. You know, destination is never straight.
That was off the top?
Yeah, I was off the top.
Don DeMarco.
Shit like that. Shit.
Bang.
That's what I'm saying, yo. If they're not doing content in 2026, they're out.
We ain't going straight this year.
They
you know
out,
what I'm saying?
man. They out for real. They're fucking incredible. Staying with Dart, right? Because we're all Giant fans. I'm pretty sure we all root for the same teams. What's your favorite baseball team?
See, I'm weird when it comes to baseball.
Same.
Because I grew up in a household where my dad was just straight New York fan.
Okay.
Really with anything. Like, my dad's a fan of people who are, like, the most hated. So, like, he loved Brady, loves LeBron. Like, he likes the guys that hate, love Reggie Miller. Like, he likes the guys that people don't like. So, growing up, it was, like, my favorite player in baseball growing up, like, I used to play second base, so my favorite player was Robinson Cano. So, like, obviously, I used to root for the Yankees, but I also love David Wright. So I was stuck in, like, that awkward phase where, like, at this point, like, I feel like I see it more now that it's New York or nowhere. So, like, if you're from New York, I'm rooting for you from day one. So it's like, if the Yankees are in the playoffs, I'm rooting for the Yankees. If the Mets are in the playoffs, and if they meet up in the World Series, then it's a win for New York. You know what I'm saying? But it's tough now, though, because it's Queens over everything. So it's
that's
like,
a fact.
So that's a Mets.
That's right? What I'm saying. It's tough. Like, how can I go against Queens? You know what I mean? It's a sticky situation. But like I said, like, at the end of the day, it's Queens over everything.
Yo, that's a fact. And you know what's great, bro? Because we always talk about it when, like, we had Jack Harlow come on It Is What It Is.
GOAT.
And when he came on the show, they were talking about, like, the territories, like East Coast, West Coast, and Cam brought up a mad good point. I never thought about it until, like, what Finny just said now. It's like, people in New York, you don't even rep New York. You rep your borough.
Yeah, you rep,
like, they rep Harlem, right? And when people ask me where I'm from, I say Queens. Mm-hmm. I never say I'm from New York.
Yeah.
So it's always Queens first.
It's something they wouldn't understand either, I don't think.
They wouldn't. Yeah, they don't. They're like, oh, New York, you know, like. So the reason why I asked that question is because we all, like, root for the same teams. And the New Yorker or nowhere, it hits even more when you leave, bro. Because, like, I was rooting for the Yankees when they were going on their run and they played especially being on the West Coast, mad Dodger fans.
Imagine, yeah.
I was like, bro, I'm down with the Yankees type shit. But when it comes to, like, the Giants, right, with Jackson Dart, everyone knows that I'm all in. Like,
oh, yeah, we know.
I've seen enough.
We know.
Bro, you know, I went to, maybe a month ago, I was talking to the girl that I showed y'all, and I went to church.
Wow. Wait, did you go to church for like, why were we at church? Were just feeling holy that day?
Nah, I went to church because, like, I'd only see her, like, once a week. So this was like seeing her twice a week.
For church, wow.
And she was like, yo, you want to come to church with me? And I was like, yo, it's not really my thing. Like, yo, no disrespect to anybody, but, like,
showed up to church with, like, a Cartoon Network T-shirt on and, like, sweatshorts.
The Bret Hart take at church.
Bret Hart take with the beanie.
Showed up with an NWO jacket. They're like, who is this guy?
Bro, so this is the truth. I wouldn't lie to you two in particular, and I don't lie to the audience. I go to church, and during the during the sermon, if that's what it's called.
It is a sermon,
Okay,
yeah.
good.
It is a sermon.
He's like, yo, turn to someone you don't know and tell them what you're praying for. No, pray for someone. Turn to someone you don't know and pray for someone that you might never meet, you might never interact with. So I turned to some lady to my right, and Dill,
Oh God, I know this.
I swear,
I know where this is going.
I swear to our friendship of almost 20 years, I turned to her and I say, I'm praying for Jackson Dart.
I can only imagine what her face was.
She's like, I pray. No, because your response was supposed to be like, I also, so like what they told you, you had to tell them. So she said the same thing. And it was in the middle of the fucking 19 concussions this asshole's had.
So you had the church in Vegas praying for Jackson Dart.
He lives in the blue tent.
I'm all in, bro. But to your point, right? The reason why I bring all this stuff up is because right now, at the time of recording, the Giants are probably gonna have a top 3 pick. They don't need a quarterback. I said when they lost to Denver, the way they lost to Denver, I text Finny on the side. I'm like, bro, we're not winning another game.
Yeah,
you just know that omen.
That momentum shift.
You just know, like, bro.
They had the lead right in the fourth.
They were up fucking 30.
Yeah.
And if one thing's for sure, the football gods get ugly. So you lose a game when you're up by that much.
It carries over.
Yeah.
Bro. And got a source with the Giants. Everyone that follows the show knows who. He told me, like, yo, that plane ride, like the Vince McMahon 2004 plane ride from hell type shit. Like, it was bad. So you just know, bro, you have a chance to beat Denver in Denver. Now you look at Denver, they've been on a crazy win streak.
Yeah.
They're a Super Bowl contender. So that's why there's a part of me that's like, I don't want to hear about Denver's defense. Dart went into fucking hostile territory, lit them up with fucking junior varsity wide receivers and shit.
We were texting while this was going on. So I have the text of when the Giants were up, and I have the text of when they lost from him, and it's pretty funny to read. You go back and check it out.
I was talking mad shit, bro. I was like, yo, we're winning the division. I live bet that they were going to win the division.
Mind you, they didn't even have neighbors.
Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. Like, so this is why I'm so bought into him. Because, like, first of all, he's a 2025 quarterback. Like, unless you're Matthew Stafford, who's been in the league for 15 plus years, the days of you just being a fucking drop back, if you pick up a yard, you're in fantasy land.
Yeah.
That's is none of that no more. So he fits the mold. Yeah, exactly. And like, we just haven't had anything close to this for so long that when he got that concussion against Chicago, I'm like, bro, we got our franchise quarterback. If we could get the number 1 pick or any pick, there's a bunch of quarterbacks coming out. It's like, bro, have one of these loser teams like the Raiders or the fucking Jets give us a king's ransom to take one of these quarterbacks.
Legit.
So for me, I'm like, yo, keep losing. Stay healthy. Stay the fuck away from that blue tent.
Yeah, for real.
And I'm like, yo, I'm sold on this. So for me, I'm like, yeah, you could turn shit around in the NFL mad quick, bro, like no other sport. So they finally got
funny
one.
you say
Another
that.
thing too, though, like with that being said, another way to look at it is all these games that he's playing that's meaningless, he's just given more film. Like more teams are seeing what he's capable of. Granted, he's doing it with people who probably won't be in the starting roster next year, but that's like, I feel like we spoke about this before, like with like UFC, like towards the end of his career, Frank Yeager, like a lot of people watched film on him, so they knew what they had to do to beat him. You know, legend in the sport, 100%, but film is a big thing when you get to that next level that like that can win or lose you games depending on how the film study goes.
Bro, I couldn't agree with you more. And I feel like to that point, now they got like 9 games. They haven't won. They won those first 2 with him, but they've been spiraling since. And also, he didn't play for a couple of games because he got concussed. Yeah. But it's like his play style is so exciting, but it's mad dangerous, bro.
Yeah,
like,
100%.
And that was a scouting report on him coming out too. So it's like, yo, he's 22. He's the youngest quarterback in the league.
Even Gruden said it. He was like, "You're a sick son of a bitch."
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's like, yo, I'm going to be looking at the play sheet, and I'm not going to be able to call the fucking plays because I don't got Dart. You're in the medical tent.
Yeah.
So I'm definitely excited for 2026 with him.
100%.
Yeah.
Like,
You
this
get him
is-
out there with Neighbors coming back healthy. It's the first time he's going to be this healthy in his career, has been what they've been saying, because he's been battling injuries. Him, Scatterboo comes back. You got Tyrone Tracy, who's kind of been playing into that role with Scat out. He's starting to get a little more behind him. You got Wandale, who's been playing crazy out of the slot. You go get that third receiver who ends up being the number 2 guy or a 1A, 1B guy, kind of how Dallas has done it with CD and Pickens. even if they make a move with that pick and somehow they get their hands on Jeremiah Smith from Ohio State, he's a killer.
He'll be. We'd have to wait on him.
He's a killer.
But yeah, he's gonna be.
He's a killer.
So let me ask you, like, your timeline next year. Like, compete next year. You want a playoff appearance?
I feel like next year is kind of in the same position as like the Knicks are right now.
Really?
Where it's not a now or never kind of segment, but more so we're probably going to have the last place schedule. I feel like we could be the Patriots, and we spoke of this. We could be the Patriots of this year.
Of this year.
That's the perfect comp.
Patriots,
Second year quarterback. They'll get a new head coach.
Yeah.
Last place schedule.
We have the third worst record last year, and the teams that we played coming out. Like I remember talking about at the beginning of the year, we were so excited about the season, but we were like, this schedule's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And to the point where like the games were like, we could win these. Those teams ended up becoming. In the beginning of the year, I'm like, we're gonna kill the Patriots.
Yeah.
And then the Patriots are on a generational run right now. That it's like that could be us next year. People are gonna take us lightly. And I feel like we're gonna go. I feel like we're gonna be one of those gritty teams that people are not gonna want to see. Look at the Pistons. Pistons weren't set to be looked at as anything last year. Like almost beat the Knicks in the playoffs, and then this year Cade's on his MVP run. So it's like I feel like it all happens. It just has to depend on that one person that's leading the front. So if Dart could come in next year, and I feel like he's gonna put in some sick offseason work. I feel like his connections now with like retired QBs or guys that are in the league, I feel like he's clicked enough with people that I feel like all offseason he's gonna be putting in work with Wandale. He's gonna be putting in work with certain guys. Hopefully Slayton and Hyatt are in a different country.
Yeah. We gotta,
I was going to say Slayton. He's
Slayton got hands like a digital clock.
Slayton is fucking horrendous, bro.
Yeah. And we got the most one-score losses in the NFL right
so
now.
there's going to be
like
a bounce back to that
crazy.
too. Yeah. Nah, bro, I'm thinking like 13-4.
Really?
Yeah, bro.
Wow.
These one-score losses. And now you got to remember, the Giants on paper in the beginning of the year, you're looking at them like, they're an easy out. But when you put Dart in, even their games now, they're losing by one score. It's like coming down to the wire. Yeah. They're not a bad team. The offensive line,
up.
And they're banged up.
All
and they're
season.
losing games the
even
way
guys
they
who
are.
are still playing have been playing like hurt. Like Brian Burns been getting hurt every game. It's like he tweaks something, and I feel like now even that defensive line is starting to mesh well together. Where like they're playing so well together, where like they know how to react off each other. Even if they're not getting sacks or making tackles, it's like the pressures that they're putting on the quarterback is different. So I feel like if we can do something with our secondary though, because if we don't get a sack, whoever's out there is donezo. Bad news.
It's hit or miss with that secondary, but it's really young. They got a young roster. We could go on and on. Jackson Dart.
You know how ugly it is. Deonte Banks is so whack. They got him running punt returns. How you a cornerback running punt returns? What are we doing, bro?
Yeah.
What are we doing?
It's bad. It's bad.
Terrible.
So let me ask you. Let's get into this year in review, right? I wanna start off with some fireworks.
Okay.
Who would you guys say, or what was the biggest surprise for you in 2025, Dill?
So I'm going to piggyback to like hockey a little bit. I'm going to discuss the Four Nations tournament that just happened. It was kind of downvoted and slept on, even with hockey fans. And I feel like the political landscape and just the starvation of not having international hockey, the best players in the world, the last time we saw that, I think it was like 2014. Even the players were starved of it. Like they couldn't wait to do it. So I feel like that's, me personally, my biggest surprise. You remember the 3 fights in the first period?
Yeah, sick.
It was must-watch TV. And I feel like that, we could get deeper into it later on because I'm going to kind of mention it. I feel like that helped to break a chain of events, not in just hockey, but in other sports too, that I want to hold on to a little bit because I know the topic is going to come up. Because that was the NHL's All-Star break. They which was also like the surprise. They rewrote the whole All-Star thing, and I know you guys probably heard the NBA wants to do the same thing now too, because it was such a success. So the NBA and the NHL, they kind of have the same All-Star window. It's not exactly because you don't want to battle, weekend to weekend.
But it's in February.
Same window of time.
Yeah.
The NBA was such a disappointment, and they were kind of shat on because of how good hockey's was that just happened. It was much-watched TV. So that's my surprise of the year. because it kind of grabbed not just hockey people, but everybody else. It was on CNN. Donald Trump was talking about it. I'm sure you guys watch the games. You know, you guys, I knew you watch hockey. I know you probably don't watch as much hockey, but it was like must-see TV, must-watch stuff, that USA-Canada game. So personally,
I'll go a step further. We had it on at the studio, and before It Is What It Is, that we were all watching that shit. And when I told them, and again, I'm not a hockey savant like you are, I told them, I was like, yo, this isn't gold medal or something. This is like their all-star game. And then they flipped out. They're like, yo, what the fuck?
Mind you, it's not a gold medal. It's a made-up thing that they drew up a year ago.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and that's what I told them. I was like, yo, this isn't for like, this is just for pride.
The pride, it's the players were starved of it. Matthew Tkachuk, like Brady Tkachuk, they're guys that have played in the league that haven't been able to play at the highest level for their country and since they were a pro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You
That's
could
crazy.
be 10 years in and haven't done it. So it was like a really, really big thing. So that's my surprise of the year.
Bro, that was, I remember like PK Subban went off on like the NBA guys, and it makes a lot of sense, right? It's like, yo, bro, there's something about hockey players. Bless you, bro. There's something about hockey players that's
Can
like
I sneeze on the pod? Is
so
that allowed?
Yeah, it's fine.
You're allowed
Yeah.
like 3 or 4 preferences.
3? That was 2.
That's
so
2, so
that's a tally.
we got one left.
The power of editing, bro. We'll make it good.
So make sure I sneeze on
I mean, yo, the surprise got to be the Luka trade, right?
1,000,000%.
Like, not even-
That's what I was gonna bring up. That was the most shocking.
So much so that people thought Shams got hacked.
Yeah, legit.
I woke up to that and I had work. I woke up to it and like, you know when you read something, like I'm looking at it one eye, you know when you read something, you like scratch your, like, wait a minute, what? I read it and then I had to read it again. I'm like, what? Luka got traded?
Gotta start checking multiple. So like that's supposed.
You start
like,
scrolling.
That's the supermax guy that never leaves. You know what I mean? Like that's how that's supposed to be. And in fact, it's not even that he signed somewhere. They got rid of him. Like I need to know what happened that he needed to get out. Someone was pulling the strings.
There's so many layers of conspiracy.
It's crazy.
And it gets so deep that there's no way. First of all, there's no way that something's not up. We'll just start there, right? Would you agree with that?
Yeah.
There has
And
to be.
there's so many like little layers where you're like, okay, like 1 + 1 = 2, right? That's like the famous saying. But then it goes further, like 1 + 1 + 1 = 3. It's another layer. You're like,
Yeah,
all right, 1
yeah,
+ 1 + 1 = 4.
Yeah.
It just keeps going. You're like, I'm not. It's too much of a coincidence.
Crazy.
My whole thing was the only way, because when it happened, obviously it took the world by storm, right? It was such a wild thing to trade a dude that's 25 years old. Only MJ averages more points than him in the playoffs. Big time performer.
Pro for years.
yeah.
Didn't go to college, was playing professional. There's that picture of him playing for his hometown his home country when he was playing against the OKC team when Westbrook, Harden, like that whole thing. And like that's crazy. That's how long he's been a pro, that he's been playing since that time.
And these guys were co-signing him then, right?
Yeah.
Like they knew he was
Yeah.
coming.
Yeah. So to trade someone like that, I was playing devil's advocate. I was like, yo, the only way to justify it, which is impossible to justify, is if he went to them and was like, yo, I'm not re-signing with you. You gotta get me out. But that hasn't come out because he had bought like a $40 million house in Dallas and then they got rid of him. So like at the time, mind you, in sports, this is like a gift and a curse. My favorite thing about the content that I do is it's new shit every day, every year, right? So like what you thought of the fucking Giants 2 years ago is not how you feel about them now or 2 years
Today's
from now.
price is not tomorrow's price.
100%. So with this trade and Luka, the craziest thing is like, yo, what did he say or what did he do to lead him to leave? Because even so that like Anthony Davis, he's being treated like he's Darius Slayton. Like he's being treated like he's not a really good ass player, but it's just that Luka's at such a fucking high level.
It's the magnitude. So like,
Yes, that's the word I was trying to put together.
like the caliber, that magnitude. So you're not the Dallas Mavs GM, right? You're not the Lakers GM. I told you, Anthony Davis for Luka Doncic, right? Like, are you trading Doncic for that?
No.
No,
No way.
right? These guys are pros. These are like actual NBA GMs. I don't even think Luka said anything I really don't think anything was done. Do you guys want me to get into my conspiracy?
I would love to hear
You want
this.
to do we want to delve into this?
Let's get into it.
So now piggybacking, I'm going to start a little bit further back. Piggybacking on the hockey thing I just mentioned, because I figured we would get into this Luka Doncic trade.
Right.
Okay. Same all-star window, right? NHL goes first. It's usually that way. NHL playoff starts earlier. NBA playoff starts earlier. NHL season starts earlier. NBA. So our all-star window is earlier. We kill it all-star weekend, okay? Kill it. They're slamming the NBA, right? It's shit. Look what the NHL just did. The NBA comes out shortly after that, stealing the blueprint. Mind you, NHL goes to Vegas. Who's going to Vegas now?
NBA Cup.
Yeah.
Okay. They want to add a team in Vegas, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So they're slamming the NBA. NBA comes out, and they're like, hey, like next year we're going to try an international thing, just like the NHL. What's the bad way to get yourself out of some bad press?
Distract them.
Any press. Distract them.
Yeah.
More bad press. Good press. Fucking anything, right?
Anything to make headlines.
What comes out shortly after that? Out of nowhere, 12 a.m., everybody's sleeping. We'll just fucking throw it out there. Luka Doncic is traded, okay? They were taking a beating, right? They needed something. We got to regain headlines. We got to regain momentum. Now, mind you, the Lakers, storied franchise, right? They got LeBron. LeBron's on his way out, right? How do we keep these guys relevant? We need someone new, right? We got to pair LeBron with someone young and good.
And also, like the history of the Lakers, to add to that, they don't really draft anyone that becomes a megastar.
They're always getting people.
They're always getting people because it's LA.
Although a lot of the pieces that they did give up ended up blown into like a lot of good young talent. Like they at one point they had Lonzo, Randall, Kuzma, Josh Hart.
Yeah.
Like guys who, if they would have stayed together, I don't think would have turned into what they are. I feel like they went out and kind of flourished on going their own path. But I feel like you got to at least give them credit to what you said. They don't really draft their top guys, but like at least they see talent maybe before it's where it needs to be.
Good point.
So,
yeah, but I mean, like traded for Kobe, traded for Shaq, traded for Powell, traded for Luka, traded for
market.
LeBron. Well, LeBron signed with them, but
Market mentality. And even to take it a step further, after apparently nobody knew about the trade, right? Afterwards, the Mavs GM, he said nothing of any substance. He just remember they'd boo him in the crowd after games, and he looked like a man that was just taking the fall for something much greater. Literally, that's what I got from it.
His pocket was heavy from something.
And then you guys know a 1.8% chance to get the number one pick.
They had the 11th worst record. That's crazy.
And you're gifted the number one pick for taking this fall.
That's nuts.
Mind
you, if we go back, this was the year where the first pick, Cooper Flagg, was guaranteed going to be pro from the jump.
Yeah.
Past drafts, there hasn't really been anyone that crazy. You know what I mean? So for that to happen this year,
1.8%. The math, we talk Y equals MX equals B. I don't know if Y equals MX or B in this case.
Yeah.
I mean, it's crazy when you think about it.
Y equals MX.
Bro, the wildest thing also is like Mikal Bridges went for 5 ones.
Bro.
I want to thank every Knick fan. I want to thank James Dolan himself for giving me 5 big ones, dog.
Fuck them picks.
The window closed as soon as you made that trade.
When we beat Boston, them picks went out the window. I don't even care.
You gave us 5 big ones.
Dylan is the only Brooklyn Nets fan that I know.
The Brooklyn Nets aren't even Brooklyn Nets fans.
Yeah,
and Dill's a Nets fan.
I say that
real.
a lot because
real.
You go to a Brooklyn Nets game, you go to a Nets game, right? And it's just random New Yorkers that want to watch basketball on a Tuesday night. There's not any Nets fans. Being a Nets fan, you're like, yo, these people really don't care. I went to a playoff game a few years back, and I got the feeling that most of the people in that building just wanted to watch basketball. They didn't care about the outcome.
No,
it's a shitty feel. It's a shitty feeling. Oh, Giannis is in town. Oh, Cooper Flagg's in town, or whoever it is that night. That's what people are there to see.
Yeah.
So
they're there to see the star, not
they're
the
there
whole,
to just watch basketball.
You know what that reminds me of? When people go to Raider games now.
Is that the case?
Bro, it's bad. Like, the Raiders have been shit since they opened up the new stadium. And obviously they moved from Oakland. And I went to the Browns game a couple weeks ago.
Bring Max Crosby to the Giants.
To see Shador. I went and saw Shador's first start. Bro, there was more There's always more other team jerseys like significantly, bro. It's bad, and that stadium is so fire.
Yeah.
Like it's one of the coolest stadiums ever. Like everything's mad modern. It got like all the halls got like Frank Sinatra theme.
That's sick.
Fucking
That's sick.
Rat Pack and shit. The skyline of Vegas. But
That's
it kind of
dope.
reminds you of that. It's like, oh, there's a game tonight. Monday Night Football's in town. Let's go. Who are they playing? Oh, it don't matter. Like let's just go to it.
And I feel like it's really hard for a team to shake that. Like I mean, the only way out of it is being good for a long period of time, I guess. But even then, you know, the Nets had Harden, KD, Kyrie, and I was at playoff games then, and it still felt like half the people here are just New Yorkers that want to watch basketball.
Yeah.
So I think that's one of the hardest things, you know, a team could shake. So it's interesting how that would play out there. I don't know the answer to it, but I always made that observation. How do you get real fans? You just relocated.
Might gotta relocate again, bro.
At some point, though, how many times are you going to do that? I feel like the more you do it, the more of like novelty it becomes, or the less of a thing it becomes.
I think the only way you'd be able to do it is just because like they also compete with the Knicks. I mean, there is no competition, but it's like it's not like Mets and Yankees. I try to explain it to people because everyone in Vegas will be like, "Yo, what's like the breakdown of?" Oh, you're from Queens. You're a Mets fan. I was like, yeah, but like most of our friends are all Yankee fans. They're not from. They're not from the Bronx. I was like, there it's more like 55-45, I'd say, Yankee fans to Mets.
Yeah, around
Right?
there.
Like, but it's way close. I was like, yo, Knicks Nets is like 95-5.
It's I was
And
going
I'm
to say
being polite.
90-10.
Yeah.
I was going to
Yeah.
say, yeah.
I was like, and I'm being polite. Jets, Giants, pretty much even.
Yeah.
Islanders, Rangers. I think there's more Ranger fans
Yeah.
if you go
I
out
feel
to
like it's
Long
tough
Island.
to look at though because the Nets only became Brooklyn as of recently when they used to be Jersey.
Right.
So I feel like.
But you know what's crazy about recently? It's like 16 years now.
Yeah,
That's wild.
Isn't that wild?
That is
They-
pretty crazy to think.
But it kind of, think about it, they weren't far. They were in Jersey.
Yeah.
You could go to a Nets game.
Yeah,
It's,
they
I don't
were
know what
ill
it is.
when they were in Jersey though. Also, the logo was way better.
Yeah.
That's something we got to talk about. The logos
logos
of the
today
NBA
are
used
so
to be
bland.
so much better.
Trash.
NBA just needs to do a full reboot and just straight throwback for everything. Like you were saying before with the All-Star Weekend, I want to see all the different jerseys, the home and away jerseys.
Yeah.
No more drafting teams.
So wait.
There has to be some sort of like almost like this incentive with the NBA Cup, how like people are like teams are getting paid. I feel like there should be some sort of incentive for, let's say, like the MVP of the All-Star game, whatever team he's on, maybe that team gets paid. There has to be something that's going to make these guys actually play.
That's a good
Because
idea.
right now it just looks like rec basketball. Like you see better runs when these guys are playing in like gyms over the summer at like Chris Brickley's gym and stuff like that. And it's like that intensity, like there needs to be some sort of like standard that these guys are playing for something. It can't just be because right now it don't even look like it's for the love of the game anymore.
Do you think the international thing would work in the NBA?
Bro, that,
I do.
I don't think it would.
I do to a sense that I think you would have to give it a year because I think the international team would kick the shit out of the USA team.
So I think
Badly. It's
but-
going to be an embarrassment.
Okay, so you're saying it would work.
After
Because that would be the fuel that-
It would have to give a year because it's going to get real bad. Because like if you think about it, the starting five of the international team is
Yeah,
going
Luka,
to be
yeah.
the All
Yeah.
NBA first team. It would be Luka, it would be SGA, it would be Giannis, it'd be Jokic,
Wemby.
Wemby.
It's a
That's
wrap,
crazy.
bro.
SGA is
Sengun?
Canadian, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So he'd be on the. Is it North America or just America international?
It's being built as USA versus.
Oh, so he
Yeah,
would
that's
be,
what I'm
yes,
saying.
yes.
Yeah, and
Wow.
if we really were to get into it, like Jamal Murray, also from
Oh,
Canada,
yeah.
like
Sengun.
Sengun,
He's fucking
100%.
killing it.
Wow.
Because like if you think about it, like when we did like the Olympics, like when we won the gold medal, like not all those international teams were together. People were split up. And shout out to Steph for getting that dub for us, but we were having trouble with Nick Batum, Evan Fournier, and Wemby.
It's getting close.
we talking about them three. Now you're talking about having SGA, Luka. That's what I'm saying. There needs to be some sort of incentive for whoever wins, whoever's the MVP. Like, I feel like if you're the MVP of that game and your team gets paid for that, you are that guy. You're getting your team paid, and it like, for instance, like with the Knicks, like if now it's a little different, but like back when Randall was here and he was the only All-Star, say Randall goes and gets MVP and the Knicks were in a shit state then, like he goes and gets them all a bag, he's looked at as like the hero that like, yo, he's looking out for us. Like, I feel like there needs to be something, and I know I keep saying it, but like, I think the only way is like, I feel like right now it's like there's no love of the game. Like, it's just where the bag is at. And I feel like if that's what it is, then that's what we have to run with. If you watch the highlights from the old like All-Star games, they were so sick. Like, they were playing like no money on the line. It was like, we just want to beat you. It's East versus West. Even when they had the East and West jerseys, they were hard, but like, I want to see the throwback, everyone in different jerseys, home jersey, whatever team you play for.
I hate that.
You hate that? Really?
I hate that.
Really?
I feel like that's the worst thing that ever happened at All-Star games.
Really?
The home of it, like, you're talking about like the West would wear the team's white jersey and the East.
Yeah, so like if you're on the Spurs, you're wearing your white Spurs jersey, like, you know what I mean? Like stuff like that.
I thought that was dope.
Yo,
bro.
so sick.
I
I feel like now the jerseys and logos suck, so it wouldn't play as well.
I think it's the worst, and like the worst thing that happened to All-Star games, and I say it because like each jersey is kind of like a little time capsule. Like, perfect example, I just paid $500 for a 1998 Timu Solani Western Conference All-Star jersey.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you wouldn't be able to do that then. And then like you see a photo of an All-Star game, like you remember that year. Perfect example, Michael Jordan in that the Cactus jersey
my God, so
with the
ill.
Columbia 11s. Like, that's such a time period.
Different.
That's why I love All-Star jerseys.
No, I could see that. Because it's like, you're just wearing a normal jersey that you're going to wear throughout the season.
You're wearing
so it,
that
like,
Tuesday
kinda
night
takes
in
it-
fucking Milwaukee.
Yeah.
You know?
It almost like you said, like with like a nice jersey, it's almost like back in the day when they used to have like the East, like the All-Star like shoe line, like when LeBron, KD, and Kobe would come out, and you would only see that pair of kicks then.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like the Galaxy pack has to be one of the hardest.
Iconic.
The LeBron 9s, the Big Bangs, the KD Galaxies. And that's why I'm starting to hate a little bit that they're starting to retro a lot of these, because I feel like that's, like, don't get me wrong, it's nice because now it's more attainable to get it. But, like, when there's, like, a sneaker that's so ill, like back in the day where it holds so much weight in, like, the sneaker community, or just, like to just make it more attainable, like, sucks. Like they retro Galaxy foams this year, and, like, Galaxy foams had the world in, like, a chokehold, like, trying to get them, like, that really started the sneaker culture, was the Galaxy foam and
the
Concord
11s,
release.
that same winter.
Different.
Yeah.
Like
that was
in a
crazy.
2-week span.
Yeah, it was a crazy Christmas.
Different.
But it goes both ways. Like, if you never had it, like when the LeBron, the South Beaches came out.
Oh my God. Different.
I was like 16. You know, I wasn't paying $1,000 for them then.
I know.
They came out 4 years ago. I was the first. I couldn't wait to get them.
Yeah.
Same thing with the Big Bangs.
It's like you're like pleasing your inner child for
like I needed these.
The foam posit cleats I just showed you.
Yeah, the ones you had in your car.
The foams that I got, that I wanted in high school, the only pair of foams I wanted was Pro foam posits. They were the sickest shoe. People would wear them, like in McClancy Catholic school. Like, you got a dress on day, you put your best fit on. Like, people would wear them, and I used to be so jealous. So like recently they just came out as cleats, so like didn't even hesitate. So like it's like a double-edged sword. It's like you please your inner child that like you couldn't get when you didn't have money, and like also takes away from a little bit of like the value of it when you see 6 other people on the field wearing the same shit you're wearing. Like,
I told him to do the show in those cleats.
Hey,
I was like, you gotta wear cleats in the building to do the show.
with
That's
my
how cool
sweats.
they were.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I've just been admiring you guys talking about sneakers and all this stuff. Like, you know, if anyone ever told you guys should be doing a show about it, maybe that'd be helpful. Yeah, I do want to tie a couple things in, right? So I apologize for doing this, but one of my big storylines ties into what you're saying about, like, the international and, like, the caring. Like, how can you make these guys care more? Because I feel like a big storyline this year was it's becoming more and more apparent, at least to me, these dudes don't give a fuck about the regular season.
Nah, hell no.
And then as a consumer, it's like, yo, why should I fucking care, right? And I'll never forget, there was a Grizzlies-Pelicans game, and Cam calls
That's
me.
nasty.
Bro, it was this past season, so like maybe like March or April or some shit. Cam calls me, he goes, yo, you at the studio? I'm like, yeah, I'm here already. And it was like way early. He's like, yo, I'm gonna pull up. He's like, because we got all the packages and shit, NBA TV and all that. He's like, yo, I really want to watch Pelicans Grizzlies, bro. Like, Ja versus Zion, like, I'd be down. He pulls up, they're both out.
Crazy.
And like, yo, no
Crazy.
signs of an injury report.
Nuts.
Nothing.
They played 2 days before, they're just out. He's like, fuck out of here, bro. And he just left. He's like, yo, I'm sick of this shit. So I
You know
wonder,
it's crazy when you would rather take the L on paying for the ticket than sit there and watch the game. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, the 2 guys you want to go see like aren't playing. It's like, all right, I'm out of here. It's
Like,
crazy.
bro, so these guys are the money that they're making is like wild, right? And it's fully guaranteed. So, Paul George has done more podcasts and he's
Podcast P.
played 7 games with the 76ers.
Highway robbery.
It's
Right?
insane to think of.
So, like, do you think it has anything to do with how we were talking about international before? James Harden is the last American to win an MVP. It's
Really?
been Giannis, Jokic, Embiid, and then SGA. And right now, if we're going off the odds, it's going to be another international guy because it's
Yeah.
Luka, Jokic, and SGA as like the favorites right now. Dill, you think it has anything to do with like us as a country not being able to get behind some of these guys because they're international, even though they all speak English? It's not like UFC where like my biggest gripe, and I don't know if this is like racist or anything, but like
So go ahead and just say
Yeah,
it. Go ahead.
here we
no,
go.
I don't know if
He's
it's
about to get canceled before this comes out.
I'm not saying racist. It's like nationalist, but I like it when the fighter attempts to speak English
Okay.
or like they can, like Khabib, right? It wasn't until like Conor came around and they had the back and forth where like, all the I smash your boy and all this shit.
Yeah.
Like it became like,
Memes and stuff.
yeah, and like he was
Some
relatable
location.
to people and people fucked with him because he gave the effort.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, do you think, even though, like I said, all these guys speak English, but, like, is there something to it with, like, the international flavor coming into the league?
No, I just think it always comes back to like the whole load management culture.
I hate that.
I feel like that was the start of all of this.
It's
And
the snowball effect.
Bro, they're playing less days. Like, now there's, like, they play 3 games a week. There's no back-to-backs.
it's a much greater. It's like most of these players are younger. Like the players now, they're younger than us.
Right.
And I don't want to sound like the old man, yelling at the clouds, but like it's like the culture too.
Yeah.
Like we grew up watching Mike, watching Kobe, watching they're playing. I don't know, it's just different. They grew up watching a different era, and it's.
Yeah.
I believe that's where it starts. I don't think it's the international thing. It's always fun to get behind an international guy. I think it's like deeply rooted in the product that's been out the last, what would you say, like 10 years.
Yeah.
That's where it starts, in my opinion.
Do you think a shorter season would make these guys really lock in more?
Nah, I think they would still just find spots
Because like think
to
about it,
not
like
play.
everyone just wants to play playoffs, right? You don't got all these load management opportunities when it's like if I sit out for 10 games, say they have a 60-game season, you don't have that extra amount of games that you would have sitting out. So it's like you want to make the playoffs, you got to make that run from the jump. And I think it might make a difference, but it's just like at that point you're killing the game that we love. Like
I hear what you're saying. I just think of it from like a business standpoint.
It could be, and I'm sorry to cut you off, like it could be that the players at some point just got too much power. Like you had players dictating the
Trades.
trades. Like, oh yeah, we ran it past LeBron, we ran it past KD. They hired Steve Nash, and that's like
David Stern would never let this slide.
Where would that come from? Yeah, like that's a player state. It could be that too. I don't know. It's something along those lines. But continue. I'm sorry.
No, but I just think like from a business standpoint, no one's ever going to go backwards. It's like the NFL now, right? They're at 17 games. Bro, by 2030, they're playing 18 games.
Yeah.
They're not going to like be like, oh, you know what, player safety, nah, let's go back to 16. No. You're not
That's
going to
the
go
norm.
backwards. So they're not going to go from 82 to like, everyone says the magic number is 70. And the reason why 70 always gets thrown around is because you just play the East 2 times each. And you do a home and away with the West teams.
Mm-hmm.
So you're basically just eliminating the like division games that you would play. I think you play everyone in your division like 6 times. So you eliminate that, and then like you randomly pair up with another team from the other coast. Like you'll play 2 games in Denver, then you'll play 1 game in New York, and then it like rotates.
Mm-hmm.
So if you eliminate those, you get to 70. So that's why like Bill Simmons, Stephen A, Max Kellerman, they always talk about like 70. But I'm just looking at it like, I'm gonna pay you more for less games.
Less, yeah.
I
Essentially,
ain't
be
gonna do
paying
that.
them more once it becomes 70. I do think it'll work though. From a business standpoint.
But then, if they do that, it's like, all right, we're playing 70 games a year. They're gonna be like, yo, you got to play 48 to be All NBA, and then you're gonna have shit like what you're having now, where I think who is the guy that can't be eligible for an award right now because he was hurt? Oh, Jalen Williams.
Mm-hmm.
So like, because the Thunder might win the title, and they might have the number 1 pick because they got the Clippers pick.
Crazy.
And they just smoked them the other night at the time that we're recording. So like J-Dub just got a monster extension, but since he's not, he can't make all NBA
Certain
this
amount of
year.
games.
It's like $70 million they're gonna save on his contract when the time comes. So it's like, yo, by accident with him being hurt, it's gonna help the team even
Help the
more.
team even more.
So I just don't see it as them going to less games is gonna help because they're just gonna be like, well, now I can play 50 games instead of 65.
It could be, and that comes back to the culture of the players. It's like it always stems back to that somehow. And I don't know how they get out of that. Honestly, it's like it's just a generation of players having too much power. It always comes back to that. It starts with the players. The overall product on the floor starts with the competitiveness of the players.
Right.
And there's nothing. I feel like the league could, oh, you're not eligible to win MVP if you play this amount of games. Load management, resting, but ultimately they can only do so much.
I think the only way you could change this is if you incentivize the contracts.
Like similar like the NFL does. I was just gonna say that like if there's something like a minutes played kind of thing that you get something for how many games you played, consecutive games you've played, like I feel like that might be something that ties into it. But again, like then we just get away from the love of the game. Now it's for money again. It's the same thing. It's like
I wonder if that would cause a huge next CBA that they have
Yeah.
some sort of lockout because I'm sure the
Yeah.
players would not be.
Because like, yo, in the NFL, a lot of these contracts, when you look at it, it's like, all right, a guy's gonna make $20 million this year. Well, when you look into the contract, it's like, all right, he needs 1,200 yards.
yeah.
He needs 80 plus catches.
It's like you earn that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it's like, so now at the time that we're recording, it's like the last couple of weeks of the season, you'll be seeing all this shit in the betting community. Like this guy needs a touchdown for $500,000.
Yeah.
This guy needs 72 yards for $250K. And it's, it obviously gets inflated in the betting space, but that would be like, we're trying to come up with solutions. That would be the only one. Because like the bottom line is everything. So if I know that, yo, I got to play 72 games,
Someone's
or
playing.
else I'm not going to make my $57 million. You know what I'm doing?
But also,
I'm fucking
I'm
72.
chucking out there with icy hot and
but that's
fucking
what I'm saying.
knee
That also
sleeves.
gets sticky because then like if he just checks in and subs out, does that count towards your incentive? Because it's a
That's
game
true,
played.
yeah. No,
There's then they just get into too many logistics. But like you said, like
Because that happened with
Let's-
Draymond Green when Clay came back. There was a big ass controversy because it happened like a lot of people were betting all his unders, and he just came in because he had an active streak and he wanted to start for Clay coming back off the injury and just fouls immediately and sits the rest of the time.
So what would-
Sportsbooks fucking lost their mind, bro.
What would be the amount? 10 minutes? What would be a game played? Like if
I
they
would
went
say you'd have to play a half.
a half, a quarter?
I don't think a quarter's enough.
No.
Nah, I would go a step further. I would look back at the year before. What was like your minutes averaged?
Wow.
You got to hit that.
Percentage of that?
Yeah, you find like a
But
happy medium.
that's tough though too though because
You're a year older. Maybe you're an older
also
guy.
though too like OKC for instance, like say there's like those incentives. Shea didn't play for like 11 consecutive
fact.
fourth quarters. So it's like he's not getting those minutes up because he's killing.
Yeah. Yeah,
Also,
but then
hardest caption game in the NBA without a doubt. He said, "How can I go back and forth when I never go back and forths?" That's so hard, bro.
That is.
It's like, how do you not root for that guy? He's mad cool. Like, and it just sucks that like he's just blowing the USA out of the water.
It just
like,
sucks that he's going to beat the Knicks this year in the finals.
That too, yeah. Hey, listen,
and
bro.
Hartenstein's gonna get another ring.
Yo, listen, bro. We were talking about it in the group chat. I was like, yo, they're plus 150 like 2 weeks ago to win
Which
the
is
finals.
crazy.
And now they're minus 170.
Yeah, like-
right? And also the one bet that I've made, because just like an emotional hedge, I've bet it from now, Thunder to beat the Knicks is like plus 700. Because if they do play in the finals, that's the thing that's whack about the Knicks, right? Like if they make the finals and they play Thunder, Denver, or Rockets, they're going to be like plus 500
You know
against
what's
everybody.
insane though? They're such a young team and they have championship experience. Right?
Yeah.
There's a lot of times like when OKC originally played in that chip where it was like Russ, KD, and Harden.
Yeah.
They were so young that they've never been there, that they played against a more experienced team.
And that's what beat them.
OKC kind of got like that free pass because they played Indiana, who hadn't been there before either. So it was like two
They avoided that growing pains
so
loss.
now like they almost got like that. They skipped it to now where like teams are gonna see them and they'd be like, we've been here before.
Yeah.
So, and honestly, they had like a little bit of veteran leadership of guys who've been there. Caruso had a ring before that, but it's just they almost got like a get out of jail free card of just being able to skip the growing pains of the lights are too bright kind of thing.
It's a part of winning is learning how to it's like learning what losing is like.
Absolutely.
You have to do that first.
Yeah.
So yeah, I definitely agree with that. It's a very good point.
Well, yo, I wanted to, for biggest legend and in the VM community, legend is not a good thing. It means you're a fucking idiot, you're a loser. I can't front. I completely forgot about this, and it's shameful because it was a sports betting story. But the one that Finny said, it's legend of the year. I had Sharon Moore that just happened, so maybe recency bias. The Michigan coach. Hey man, don't shit where you eat. That's really
crazy.
what it comes down to.
Sicko.
And yo, listen, I don't agree,
Sicko.
but I understand. Some of them OnlyFans chicks, I get it, bro. I'd give them some free tickets too. But you said Terry Rozier, and it
sicko.
has to be that.
Sicko.
Talk about money
Sicko.
and guaranteed shit. Like, it has to be that.
You know when something is so like as you read it, it's like this. There's no way. Like there's no way this is legit. It becomes comical kind of.
Yeah, and then you watch the videos of like, and then when they start pairing it up with what his prop was that night,
Crazy.
like there's just videos of him like literally dribbling and just losing the ball and like just being confused.
The most fun part about this whole story was the research of people on X digging up the videos where it
Oh my
aligns.
God.
We're like, holy shit, that was it.
Yeah, yeah.
That was the most fun part of all of it.
And then what happens, because even though you have shit like this, everyone forgets that the sports books are the ones that sniff it out. The sports books don't want you to win.
No.
So when they're like, yo, this guy just misses, he's a 42% three-point shooter, but every other night he's shooting like 19%. We got to look into this.
And like
hold
they tend to forget that like Dana White came out and said it like when like people throw an excessive amount of money on one singular prop, like he gets the alert that like, you know, like
That's what I'm saying. The sports books
It's
are like,
crazy.
hey man, someone just put $100,000 on this guy to win in the first round.
Let's look
Yeah.
into this.
Let's look into this shit, right? And then you look at the fighter, and it's like, oh, he's getting 12-12. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But like the reason why he's a fucking idiot, Terry Rozier, is he's made $160 million. Bro, how much can I possibly pay you?
Everybody has the $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase said, everybody has a price.
Dill, if you're making $160 million, you've made $160 million, and you're Terry Rozier, what would we tell you if you were like, yo, bro, I'm about to throw some games? What are we saying to you?
I don't know if we can say it.
We can't say
I don't know if we can say it on here.
But basically, you're a fucking idiot. Is what
Yeah,
we're telling
yeah.
you, not so many words.
Yeah.
Way more aggressive
What are you
words.
doing? Yeah, like, come on.
Like, yo, do you guys also feel, because I do give you guys a lot of credit, and like the people that I do keep in my close circle on a serious note, I always say, in being around a lot of athletes and celebrities, being at the Win, being around Cam, and like the people that come on the shows, I've noticed that
guy's mad cool.
I appreciate that, but like a lot of people don't have real people around them.
No.
Yeah.
That like know them from a young age. Because a lot of times what happens, bro, and it's scary when I see it. Because I'm always like, whenever I'm around it, I'm like, thank God for Finny.
Yeah.
Thank God for Dill. Thank God
Yeah.
for Josh calling me a
100.
fat fuck for 4.5 years. Thank God. Like, yo, I really mean that, because a lot of these guys are influencers, people, athletes, celebrities, rappers, all that stuff. Unless they've been around you like the day one shit, the people that come around them, there's a motive. So they don't want to tell Dylan, hey man, I don't like that jacket, bro. What the fuck you do? Why you dress like that on the show? You look amazing, right? But I'm
you.
saying just in general, because they're worried about like, yo, if I piss off Dylan, then I can't get the VIP shit. I can't get in the
Yeah.
jet and
Yes.
all that. So I know I kind of took you guys on like a path there, but I wanted to add context to this. What do you feel like is the issue with Rozier? Do you think it's like the people around him too? Because I feel like it has to be.
It always comes down to that. Like, I think your ultimate, what you're saying is like, where was his people?
Yeah,
Like
where
the
was someone to be
stupidity,
like?
where was someone to check him? A friend, a pair, someone like, why didn't someone check him along the way of his route of stupidity? I don't know. I don't have the answer. I don't know Terry Rozier, but I get what you're trying to say. Is what went wrong, and I think literally the answer is no one was there to be like legend, like moron.
Yeah.
Take a look, like what's going on here, you know? As most likely that's it, because it's so stupid. I think it's literally that. Where was somebody? Where was your friend? Where was your OG? Where was whoever it is?
Like he said, it all comes down to the people that were there with you before you had it.
Yes.
Not the people
The yes
that are
men?
there. Yeah. I want you to hear what you want to hear so I could stay where I'm at, because, you know, when you have someone that you have a genuine friendship with and like they're there before you get all that fame and all that money, and if they're still acting the same, like you don't know what someone would have been like before that if you meet them after you're already up.
There's two kind of those people though, and I want to say, like, we could get back on track, but Ohtani, right?
Oh my God.
He's got dogs with him. He's got real friends. You want to know why? Not because they didn't check him, because they fucking took the fall. They took the fall for his head. His driver, his fucking dog walker, his masseuse.
Like, yo, that was us.
It don't matter who's next, who's taking the rap.
They were like, he got the bail. We straight.
It goes both ways. Ohtani probably looked at him like, yo, it's your turn. I got you when you get out.
Yo,
all right, guy, I got you.
I got you with 30 million when you get out. Just do this 30 months.
So it could go both ways.
Mafia talk. Go away for this for me. 15 years, you come out, you got the mansion upstate.
Rozier's yes men weren't that loyal.
Nah, yeah.
Ohtani has a whole different.
That's
a whole different type of dog. You know, it's crazy.
Nah, yo, that's a fact, man. And I, you know, I don't know if you guys notice this, but like I always get this when I'm out in Vegas, like that New York mindset and the mentality, because like we're very aggressive.
Yeah.
We're very like, we're rude, but I always tell people like, yo, if I'm rude to you, I really fuck with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that's
when you get my real side, when I'm showing you how I really am. I'm not sugarcoating what I want to say to you.
Yeah. And we're around it so much that like, cause like, bro, when I'm out there and I see it, I'm just like, oh my God, this is bad.
You identify it early.
You know what's crazy though? I feel like New York specifically, there's a few places that are like this, but New York specifically, if you're from here and you go somewhere else, it follows with you everywhere. Like, I feel like there's like certain other states, like for instance, if you were from a different state and went to Vegas, I don't know if you would have been bringing that with you. Like,
no,
you know what I mean?
I get what
like,
you're saying. Yeah,
New York is almost like
it's a pride thing.
Yeah, it's almost like a like you just want people to know that like, yeah, I'm from New York. Like, I'm from Queens. Like that's what I rep. Like, it's more than just wearing a Yankee fitted. Like, it's like, yeah, I'm from there. I'm born and raised in New York, born and raised in Queens. Like, to go to Vegas and you get to tell people that you're from that, I feel like in a different circumstance, say like, even just something like simple like Jersey. Like, I'm not trying to shit on Jersey, but like, who knows if you were from Jersey, if you were to like bring that with you, like, yeah, I'm from Jersey. You know what I mean? Like, it's just
don't
like,
hit the same.
and it's not like that much of a difference, you know? Like, we're not that far away from Jersey.
It's like just playing in the NBA and playing in the G League. You're playing basketball. It's two different baskets.
Yo, for sure, dude. And also, like, I also think, like, I don't think I'd be as successful in the things that I'm doing if I wasn't from New York.
Yeah.
Just like the hustle and the way to, you know, it's weird, man. You don't really see it until you move. But when it comes to Ohtani, he was my athlete of the year, bro. And I ain't really the biggest baseball guy, but all I know is anytime I see an at bat and I'm walking by the win and he's up at bat, it's like
500 feet gone.
It's that, or it's like first player since, and everything's like pre-World War I, like black and white television.
As not the biggest baseball guy in the world, it's pretty interesting to watch like the guy strike people out and throw and hit home runs. I feel like somewhere, and correct me if I'm wrong, I feel like somewhere in baseball culture there was a time where you didn't have to worry about hitting if you were a pitcher.
Bro.
You know, like pitchers don't hit like that. And it's fun to watch someone be able to do both. That's as someone that don't watch baseball. Oh yeah, that's kind of the allure for me.
He's like making baseball cool for a non-baseball fan.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like,
that's literally
that's a perfect answer.
It's like, yo, I get to go watch Ohtani throw 100 miles per hour and then also be up to bat. You know what I mean? Like, he's this generation's Babe Ruth.
Yeah.
Yo, let me ask you guys this, because you guys are big sports fans, right? Is there a sport that you watch that maybe you're not a fan of, but you enjoy because of that reason? You're not too close to it. Like, that's how I feel about hockey. Bro, hockey is my favorite sporting event to go to in person. That and like UFC cards. Mm-hmm. But it's a different fun. Like UFC cards, we're there for 6 hours. I like going to the first fight. It's a whole ass day an event. But hockey, I like going to, bro, I've been to like 20 Knights games. I've seen the Rangers play them twice. So it's not like I'm only going when but it's just like, I don't got to analyze it. I don't got to have a take.
Yeah.
I don't got to, like, nothing. I just get to enjoy it. Is there a sport for you guys where you feel that
Funny
way?
enough, it used to be UFC for me, where like I didn't really know enough, and I feel like it's become like more modern that like now like more people are training and doing different sorts of things. But I became a UFC fan around, like I always like liked the idea of it, but like I became more of a fan like COVID era when we were going to Josh's backyard and stuff like that. And I'll be completely honest with you, the main reason why I became a fan of UFC, the whole reason why I was going over to watch those fights was to go meet a girl who is now my fiance. So in the long run, it played off. I was playing chess.
So the UFC did it.
Yeah, the UFC. So shout out to Dana White.
You better invite him to the wedding.
Shout out to Dana White. He helped me find my future wife. So, you know. But yeah, it's as funny as to say that the only reason I was coming over would be like, that was like the only time we'd be able to hang out with like COVID and everything. And like at the time, she didn't even really like me. So like I was like, yeah, let me go put some work in, you know, let me go. And I just remember texting Josh like, yo, who's at your house right now? He'd be like, just like, you know, me, Ronnie, and like Lamb and Boss. And I'd be like, fuck. I'd be like, all right, I'm on the way. And then I'd pull up and just be sour. And then from that, when she wouldn't be there, I'm like, damn, this UFC shit kind of fire. Like, these people beating the shit out of each other. Like, so, and I feel like it became like super cool, like to watch something like combat sports like that like wasn't just boxing, where like they get to it off the rip and there's so many different like levels to it where like, you know, now when I first started watching, I'd be like, these guys are on the floor, this is mad boring. But like when you see someone who's like a high level grappler or like something like that, it's like so like exciting and like to the point where I feel like now like people who like don't even want to fight, or like people are training for like a workout, people are training for like protection for themselves. Like I feel like it's become like a modern day like just like when people go to the park or whatever to go play hoops, like now it's like people are going to like train jiu-jitsu or train Muay Thai and stuff like that. Like it's pretty sick.
I think mine's definitely soccer. Soccer's. I mean, I'm a hockey guy. Hockey's my favorite sport.
Goalies, though. Goalies.
Yeah. Yo.
Astoria FC goalies. Astoria FC goalies.
So I started watching soccer because of Nick. And, like, right into it, like you said, you don't have to worry about the stats. You're just watching. And then you learn, like, yo, these guys are cool. Like, and they're super, like, they're like celebrities off the field. I kind of, like, get drawn into that, too. Like, a guy's, like, style. Like, is this guy cool? Is this guy lame? But definitely soccer. There's something about like a big time, like a summertime big soccer game. You go out, you watch whatever country it is. You could watch Egypt versus Greece, and you see the Egyptian people, you see the Greek people, and like there's so much.
Bro, they're putting on for. They don't care about what's being paid off. They're putting on for their country, and it's so fire. And I wish the NBA was like that.
They could never do it.
Could never.
It's the world's game.
Like, yeah. Yeah, legit. That's the perfect way to put it. Soccer
literally
is the world's game.
game.
It's so sick.
That's why I love soccer. I even like watch club teams. I know like players now because they're so cool on the field, but then off the field, you see them in like Europe, like chilling hard, doing fire shit.
Yeah, just so dope.
It goes on and off the field. You know.
You know who's mad cool? I think his name's Ibrahimovic.
Yeah.
That guy's the man.
Yo, he sent
the man.
LeBron sent him a jersey. And he sent it back to LeBron autographed.
That's fine.
LeBron sent him a jersey to keep, and he autographed it and sent it back. That's so sick.
Do you know what kind of flex that is? That's fire.
Different.
But mine's definitely soccer.
You know what's interesting about what he was saying about how like they care? I remember one of my dad's customers was a Brazilian dude, and he was talking about like the World Cup, and it might have been 2014. And I remember that shit like it was yesterday. He's like, yo, you know what the problem is with America? He's like, everyone in America is not American. I was like, what do you mean?
Yes.
He's like, when someone asks you in particular, he's like, where are you from? Like, what's your background or nationality? He's like, what do you say? I say I'm Greek. He's like, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, the U.S. is such a melting pot where, like, we don't really rep. Like, bro, you watch fighters talking about the UFC. they're fucking up at like 4 a.m. in Georgia to watch
Different.
Marab.
Yeah.
Or they're in the favelas to watch Charles Oliveira.
The
just
support
all over.
system is crazy.
It's crazy. And it's like, yo, in Brazil, everyone's Brazilian.
Yeah.
In France, everyone is French. So the whole nation
Gets behind
fucking
it.
taps in. Look at our friend group, bro. Ralph wears Italy jerseys. I'm wearing the jersey of the team I bet on
Josh
that I'm
has
down.
Josh
got a
Cameroon.
Cameroon. Like, yo, everyone reps a different team.
Yeah.
And it's cool to like watch a sport. Like the reason why I brought that question up is because for me this year in particular, bro, I loved the World Series.
Yeah.
I had no money on it. Dodgers Blue Jays was lit because like the Dodgers were such a big favorite. No one thought the Blue Jays could get there or like win it, and then the comebacks.
The sickest Game 7 I think I've in any sport I might have
Yeah.
ever
Bro,
watched. Like ridiculous.
and I remember watching that Game 7, and I was like, yo, this is so dope to like not have a take. As someone that like does
Yeah.
this for a living now, it's like I don't need to have a take for it because we don't talk about it.
Yep.
And it's just rare for me in those instances, bro. Like it's always like got to talk about it on the show. Like now when I watch football, I'm always taking notes. I'm like, yo, I got to bring it up on the pod.
Yeah.
And sometimes it gets annoying. I
Yeah.
can't front. I love it. Wouldn't
Yeah.
want to do anything else.
Yeah.
But it's very rare for me to watch something, enjoy it, and not to have a take on it, bro.
You know what's sick though? The World Baseball Classic. Like when their countries are playing, like some of those teams are so stacked, but like they actually take pride in it, which is like no money incentive, nothing, just love of the game. And like I feel like that, but like that and hockey, it's obviously soccer first when it comes to like repping your country, but I feel like 2A, 2B has to be maybe like NHL and like MLB with like the World Baseball Classic.
Yeah.
I feel like hockey might have the edge just because like it all comes down to like hockey's just a faster paced sport, so it's like easier for
It's
people.
more intensity. It's more intense.
Yo,
But-
and the last thing, real quick, hockey and soccer, when a goal happens, it's such a moment.
Bro, crazy.
Yep.
Crazy.
It's like the fucking roar
Mm-hmm.
is just through the roof.
And it's almost like the same with like, yeah, I guess you can say that for baseball, but like it's different, right? Like someone hits a home run, someone could come up and hit a home run the next inning. You might be in a game that's 0-0 in extra time and someone scores a goal, and you know, like I just feel like lower scoring games where like sports where like scoring is lower, like
That helps baseball.
Yes.
Where other sports it
yes,
don't.
yeah.
And I feel like that with baseball is the thing I enjoy about playoff baseball the most is the slow build up to everything.
Oh, bro.
The time in
pitcher's
between
duels,
the pitch.
like, yeah.
Where in hockey, there's always a flow of the the flow of the play. Soccer, the flow of the play. With baseball, around the playoff time, I feel like that slow build up. That all right, you walk this guy, that guy got this guy to set. It's slowly you're watching it progress.
Yeah.
There's an out here. All right, you got runner. I love that
You know
slow
what else
build
is?
up.
You know what else is sick about with baseball too? Like, I think it's the only sport where, like, say like hockey, right? They're going back and forth. Everyone's going crazy, going crazy, going crazy. Football, going crazy, going basketball, back and forth. Baseball, like, full count, 2 outs. When that pitcher has that ball, the entire stadium is going fucking crazy. And like, I feel like that might be the only sport where there's just a pause in time.
It's the culmination to that full count.
Yeah.
That's the best part about baseball.
So sick.
The build up to that count.
Hell yeah.
Love it.
Like 3-0 count, someone works it back, now it's 3-2, and it's like, did he just do all this work to just walk this guy anyway? Did he waste extra pitches? Like, I feel like it's just like, there's such an intensity to it where you're
That
like,
whole at bat
like
was its
you're
own
like on the
moment
edge of
in
your
the game.
seat. Like, honestly, I mean, even if you're not a fan too, like, baseball games are just so dope to go to. Like I say all the time, like, I'm not even like a diehard baseball fan, but there's just something about being at like a baseball game and just being in like that energy of like, you know, the sounds, like everyone has a walk-up song. Like, I feel like everyone almost has their own story every time. Like, everyone gets like their own moment. And I feel like that's sick because like I don't feel like every sport gets that, you know?
Yo, we fucking went all over the place, but I want to go back to athlete. Who you got for athlete of the year?
So this is gonna be like a weird like breakdown of like athletes, but I feel like you kind of have to do it in like a male and female aspect of it. Is kind of like how I like to look at it, because like the year that Asia Wilson just had, in my opinion, I think she's the greatest WNBA player of all time. So she's the first female, like WNBA player, obviously, to score 1K in a season. She's the first one to do it. She also got Defensive Player of the Year, MVP, Finals MVP, like all these crazy stats together. Like won every award there was to win. So I feel like that just shows. And she won the chip. So like you got a ring, you got the MVP, you got the Finals MVP, and you also got Defensive Player of the Year. I think she like led the lead in scoring. She led the lead in blocks. Like that's pretty sick. Like to have all those accolades in one season. So I feel like I give more of a nod towards basketball because I've been a hooper my whole life. So like stuff like that like hits home a little more. And then also like in the male aspect of it, I feel like it's a very similar. If I think that deserves like the look, I would also lead to SGA and what he just did. MVP, championship, scoring title, finals MVP, conference MVP,
caption game elite.
Yeah, caption game different, fashion game different. But like I just feel like someone who could, because right, they praised Mike for when he did it all the time. So like now when someone's doing it in like the modern like era, like I feel like it's nice to watch, not to just hear about. Like didn't really get to see Mike as much as I wanted to like growing up. So like to see someone do something that like he was praised for back in the day, like obviously I'm not comparing it to him because 1A, 1B, it's Jordan and Bron for me for the GOATs. So like I would never even have to compare to anything like that.
But I see what you're saying. Like the year that he had, only Mike was having those kind of years. Mm-hmm. So to be able to see it live in person
so
and
it's like
comprehend and understand it.
And it's just like a different way. Like Mike was a freak athlete. Like Shea is just like smooth, like mid-range game, like stuff like that. Like stuff that like, you know, a lot of times like NBA is like everyone's either dunking the ball or launching a 60-footer, like something crazy. So like to see someone like really like work out and like really be like so smooth with it, have like their own pace, I feel like that's pretty sick. So like I said, I'm a hooper, so I give the nod towards that. But
real quick, can I say something about SGA?
Yeah.
I think my favorite thing about him is he's like methodical with how he moves. Yeah. And also like that, don't you feel it, Dill? Like that game's gonna translate. Like Russ, John Wall, John Morant.
It's contagious.
It's so fun to watch, but it's like, bro, when your explosiveness goes, you're not gonna be the same, right? Injuries start to pile up. Where like SGA, I used to say this about Tim Duncan, like he probably had the same 2K speed from his rookie year till he left.
Right.
It's not like Blake Griffin where he came in those first 7 years and you're like, yo, what the fuck is this? And then after that, he's out the league in like 2.
Tim Duncan is the Undertaker of the NBA.
Yeah, legit. Legit.
Same career.
For real. And like SGA, he plays like, yeah, he's explosive. He can get to the cup, but he's not built off his athleticism.
So his
Luka
game
not
will
built.
age
Jokic,
better.
yeah, like
it's nice to see someone really be able to work out from all levels as a guard. Like mostly, like you see like a guy like KD or like Melo. Like KD's a 7-footer. Obviously, he's gonna be shooting over someone in the post. Like you see guys now, like you see guards working out in the post off the mid-range game. You got a guy working out off the ISO, off the pick and roll, off 1 dribble, 2 dribble. Like guys who can work out like that. That really like I give them the nod for like, and I'm not saying like the NBA is the hardest sport, like it's the hardest league because like basketball is not the hardest sport. Obviously, like when it comes down to it, everyone looks at either hockey or baseball because people say all the time like you could put someone in a game and they got a better chance of hitting a jump shot than they do going up and hitting a 100-mile-per-hour fastball. So it's like that's not even the comparison, but just like to see someone do like. And I guess it's from me watching this sport more. I just feel like, there's other guys in other sports who are good, but they're not doing something in every single category. Like you got a guy who got MVP, scoring title, finals MVP, conference finals MVP, like kind of did it all, So like we said with Mike, like to see someone who got praised for it back then and be called one of the GOATs now to be able to watch it in real time is pretty sick. And one thing, like, I won't even call it like an honorable mention, but like I feel like you can't mix like combat sports in with regular sports. And when I say regular sports, like I mean like basketball, football, stuff like that. Like I feel like combat sports is a whole different world by itself. So I feel like something like that, you got to throw Marab in that conversation of like athlete of the year. Made weight 4 different times, 4 different weight cuts. Unfortunately, had a bad last fight. Not a bad last fight. He just fought someone who was ready. But again, that goes to what the testament of what we showed earlier, film. He fought 3 times that year before that. This guy could have been studying that film the whole time. So, but you have someone that 4 title defenses in a year, 3 streak after getting the belt, right? And the guys that he was beating, he beat beat Sandhagen, he beat O'Malley, and he beat Umar, who was supposed to be the next guy for the division, and walked him down. You know what I mean? So like, and he's an entertainer too. He's like fun to watch. You don't even really have to know much about him for him. Like he's good in the press conference. He's good, you know, the face-offs. So I feel like someone like that is like very easy to like gravitate to, but I feel like he's got to be, especially if he would have won that last fight and would have went 4-0. I feel like it would be unanimous. He would have to be like, because that's something that doesn't get done. Like, you don't just do something like that.
Nah, for sure. You notice how he mentioned Marab and Asia Wilson, both from Vegas. You know,
that is true.
Home team.
I wanted to mention. He brought up combat sports, and I know it's not the same fight activity, but I feel like probably to me one of the bigger storylines is I know he fought twice this year, Islam.
Yeah.
Moved up in weight too, right?
The whole fact of him moving up in weight, and it's kind of, you see, he wasn't even just like fighting against his own legacy. It was Khabib's legacy as well. If you think about the whole story, like Khabib retired on top. Islam was always the younger, not actual brother, but the younger brother out of the camp.
Yeah.
So for Khabib to retire on top, Khabib, I think might be the best UFC fighter ever. You can say John Jones, but I think it's debatable. To follow in the footsteps of that, right? I always thought that Khabib's one knock was he never moved up a weight class. I feel like that's when you really cement yourself in the UFC. You dominate the division, clean out, move up. That was Khabib's only thing that I kind of wish he did. For Islam to have to make his own legacy, chase Khabib's, and then clean out the division, and then do what Khabib didn't, I feel like that's a very big thing that he did this year too. So I want to throw him in there.
No, yeah, Islam.
That's a good ass answer.
Yeah.
I didn't think about the Khabib legacy.
The double champ thing is sick. I feel like I was looking more at it as like a quantity over quality kind of thing, but yours is like when someone wins, is already like pound for pound champ, and is in that one division, just slaughtering the division, then moves up for a challenge and then walks down
Think
who
about
he fought.
it. Like after seeing him win, you kind of felt like the relief off his shoulders because he finally separated himself.
He did.
He's not in that shadow.
Right.
From Khabib's shadow.
Yeah.
He finally isolated himself from that. And it was even to the point, in my opinion, where did anybody think JDM, like the storyline wasn't him versus JDM. It was, can he move up and actually do this?
Yeah.
You know, it was way above him. All respect to JDM, but
Talk about unlucky though. Like, finally got the belt. Like, already a good division, but like could have went on a nice little run, and then Islam decides to move up, and it's like that's
you're just a part of the storyline.
Yeah,
that's all he became.
unfortunate.
Was just a part of the storyline.
You're just next, bro.
Yeah.
That's what I loved about that.
He's just a character in his movie.
Yep.
Nah, I feel like that happens a lot in the UFC too. Especially when it's like a champion that Dana might not be the biggest fan of.
Yeah.
It's like when Bilal was the champ. It was
You
like,
knew he couldn't wait for him to lose.
Yeah, he's like, we got plans for Bilal. It's supposed to be Shavkat, but this dude's always fucking hurt. That's a fight I really want to see.
What are your thoughts on like these super fight like move up in weight class like the Volk against Islam? Like, do you want to see Islam versus Topuria? Is like that something you're interested in? I feel like these super fights, I feel like it kind of just kills stardom. Like I feel like you got to let these guys. I feel like you use that card when you need to. Like
the only time I 1,000% was behind it was when Adesanya did it.
Yeah.
And the reason why is he legit cleared out
the entire
1
division.
through 6.
Yeah.
And it's like the guy that was 8th at the time, you're like, he not ready yet.
No.
He can't, you know.
Also,
like,
Adesanya had the height to move up to that division where he didn't look like a little kid fighting with. Yeah.
Right. And he was undefeated. And he's like, yo, I cleaned out the division, go up. I didn't like when Volk did it with Islam.
I thought it made sense at the time.
It made sense also. Like the only person that had a viable reason to fight him was Max, but you're 0-3 against him, right?
Yeah.
So Volk goes up. The problem I had with Volk was the turnaround between Islam and Topuria was like 6 months.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, bro, you got head kicked.
It showed.
On a shortcut. Remember, it was like, it was dope because it's like shortcut filling in.
Such
then
a
gets
sick
head
entrance too. That walkout song is so dope.
Then gets head kicked and you're like, But you know, he goes back and he wins the title now at 145.
Masterclass too. Looked some of the best he's ever looked against a sick up and comer. Diego Lopez is no slouch. So like,
I was gonna say with the like the whole super fight matchmaking thing, you got to think as well because you can't. It's not wrestling where you could build like a star. So there are times where you're like, all right, we have the chance to cash in on this now.
Yeah.
We could put him against another contender who's nobody in terms of this super fight we had. I think
Right.
lose. So I feel like it's kind of like a tricky way of playing it because you could lose out on that super fight if the next fight is a loss. So I'm all for them. Once again, I think it has to make sense. You got to beat a few guys in the division, but anytime it presents itself, I enjoy it.
Yeah.
Yeah, like if Marab would have won that fight, it's like, do you have him go up to 145? Because if he beat Jan again, you're like, bro,
What else is there?
Yeah.
can't do O'Malley again. You can't do Umar yet because he had a fight booked. It's like, yeah, I think it's timing. And to your point, you got to strike while the iron's hot.
Yeah.
Because then what happens if you're like, yo.
That train derails, then it's
Yeah.
like.
That's why it's crazy to me when they do that with boxing. Like before Terrence Crawford fought Canelo, he had like a prenup fight. And tune-up fight, I should say. And it's like, damn, yo, what happens if you get caught? Now that Canelo fight is not as like luxurious.
As
It's
big,
not.
yeah. It's
Yeah.
like, yeah.
You
It's
ain't
not.
Vince McMahon, bro.
What happened?
It's like you're not Vince McMahon to be
Yeah,
fantasy
to be.
booking like that.
Speaking of Vince McMahon in wrestling, planning stuff, blunder or complete blunder was John Cena's final year in wrestling. Is that not like the worst?
Yeah.
The worst thing
I
ever.
hated the tap out. Hated it.
Not-
Also, his whole career was talking about him that I'll never quit.
Bro,
I'll
not
never
even.
quit. And then he taps out his
I
last
kind of
fight.
fuck with that for that because like,
I
all right,
thought it
now
was-
I'm tapping out
Yeah,
and I'm
yeah,
out.
yeah.
Like the symbolism to it, if you want to get like real wrestling nerd about
I think
like
that,
kind of
like-
makes sense.
Yeah, 100%. But I think, like, from my perspective, like, when I first started watching wrestling, like, obviously I watched, but, like, when I was, like, first really, like, old enough to, like, relate to it, where it was the coolest thing, was, like, I wanted to be John Cena. John Cena, like, just had such, like, an influence on, like, the generation that, like, I feel like he changed the game in, like, a sense, like, where he was making it cool again. And like him retiring almost feels like, damn, like piece of my childhood is gone. Like, and I'm sure that's how people felt when like Hogan retired, when like Stone Cold retired, like when all like, but like I feel like John Cena was like the guy who was the new up and comer that like kept, you know, he always did what was right for the business too. So like he was the guy that put someone to that next pedestal if they needed to. He would fall on the sword if it had to. It was always business over himself, you know?
And yo, if you think about who he replaced, like coming in
That's-
after Rock Austin, it's
That's,
like, yo,
that's
bro.
his thing. So like
Bro.
I talk about that with a lot of people. He was the guy during the lamest part of wrestling.
For
The lamest era of wrestling, John Cena was the guy.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
The only thing that like cements him in my book, I love John Cena, is he was cool, ruthless aggression era.
Aggression was
he was still cool though. So like he
sick.
gets his pass because you were cool when it was cool. So it's funny that you say that because when was someone the guy during what era? I always say John Cena was the guy during the lamest era. But for like the year 2025, his whole year retirement was invasion level storyline bad. It's one of the biggest fumbles in
Vince
wrestling
would have
history.
never.
Bro,
Vince would have
and let me go
never.
further. We say Vince would have never. This is TKO. This is like $1 billion fucking corporate empire, right? I assume you have so much more resources than Vince had, right?
Yeah, for
and
sure.
you can't put together a WrestleMania main event.
Bro.
I know wrestling is fake. I love wrestling. I'm giving you the opportunity to hook me. I watch
Yeah.
wrestling saying, hook me, hook and sink me. I'm here. I'm ready. Let me.
There's no reason why his last match was an elimination chamber.
Bro.
Elimination chamber on fire, ring underwater, suspended, like
To spinning.
throw Kurt Angle a few perks, get him in there, like AI generate Eddie Guerrero, bring the boy back, get him in there. Like, come on, man. Like, there's no reason that it wasn't like, all right, John Cena's last match, blank check.
It was.
What are we doing here? Like, there's no reason why his last match wasn't let's get Edge back in the WWE
Edge
for
was the
one
one.
fucking
we were
fight,
close,
Edge was
man.
the
You don't
one,
like.
yo.
They
Yeah.
could have done
Do you know
something.
that might have been the craziest pop of all time if they would have fought and his music would have played? Like,
Yeah.
like if Edge would have just showed up like during that fight, like
If they just said like, yo, surprise.
not even that, like say they set something up where like someone comes out like Cena's last match, you think he's gonna get all this love, right? He's fighting that dude Gunther. Couple of Gunther's boys come out, they wanna like ruin Cena's legacy. Then boom, Edge's music starts playing. Edge comes out and saves, or Randy Orton's music starts playing. Like they could have went so many ways. WWE should have hit me up. That would have. Come on.
I just think that like the greatest hook, line, and sync was him turning heel, and the greatest fumble was what led up to WrestleMania. It was such an even in the.
Did you like the heel turn?
I loved it.
Yeah.
I was so.
The heel turn was lit, but the execution was
the heel turn was wrestling done in its greatest, purest way. Was the heel turn? I was in my bed, my girl sleeping next to me, screaming at my fucking cell phone. She rolls over and she looks and like she knows John Cena. And she's like hyped too, but then it starts to register. She's like, "Bro, you're 31. You're screaming at wrestling.
It's
Chill out."
still real to me, damn it.
I'm like, "You don't get it. He's bad." I literally am screaming it.
Yeah, how sick would it have been though if like his last fight, right? Like, they build it up and he just comes out as ruthless aggression, John Cena with the music. Like they could have done so much.
Even the heel turn, you give us that. He's running around and you get nothing.
Yeah.
Like, give us something. Give it to us.
Let him come back as like the bad guy. Like
it was such. It's wrestling history level of fumbles.
Like I think it was WrestleMania when like
bring that mic closer to you just a little.
I think it was at WrestleMania when like all these stars just started pulling up. Like the Rock.
Yeah,
comes
that
out.
was 2 main events ago when Cody.
Rock comes out.
Undertaker
boom, goes black. Undertaker's there. Like there's no way that like that's not John Cena's. Like I get it was more so of like the farewell, but like. Damn, they could have done it so much better. And this is from someone that don't even watch wrestling at all, like anymore. But like I said, John Cena was like my childhood like wrestler, like the guy at the time.
And bro, also the other thing too, it's like, is Gunther one of them ones?
Yeah.
Before
we get into that, could we just talk? They wasted a whole date on R-Truth.
Yeah.
Like he fought R-Truth one night on a main event. Like you're just wasting days.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. Gunther is not one of them. They try so hard to make him one and he's not.
Yeah, bro. It's just.
And I get it. You want to build something up. And rightfully so. He should have lost, right? We'd all agree. You put someone over.
Yeah.
That's just the way it is.
Also, not to interrupt you, but just before you keep going, I was saying to someone, felt like he needed to lose to get that proper tribute, because if he would have won, whoever he beat would have still been in the ring. You need the winner to get out of the ring, so now he has his time by himself, kind of collecting himself,
If you think about like Ric Flair lost his last match.
Shawn Michaels.
Rock.
Iconic.
Yeah.
I would have had him get completely destroyed. Blood, like his ass beat the whole match.
Like the Elimination Chamber he won. Come on, man.
Blood, like his ass beat the whole match and get and pass out. Like not give up, the whole not give up.
Yeah.
Still not tap, just pass out in the sleeper. And then you lost, you went out, but you didn't give up. You did not give up. Yeah. That's your send off. I would have played it that way. You build up Gunther, he beat the crap out of Cena. It goes. I feel like everybody's happy.
Did you hear there's a conspiracy that like it wasn't supposed to end like that? That like John Cena did that himself?
Really?
The smile?
Because he like smiled and did it, and then like if apparently there's like an angle of like the video where like when he does it, Gunther's like mad surprised like for a second. So
I've heard another thing that it was supposed to be Seth Rollins, but he got hurt.
He got hurt.
So that's why they like kind of.
See, like I still don't even like that. Like I don't. Why waste his last match on someone like you? That has to be like Randy Orton is still fighting.
See, Randy don't need that.
Yeah.
But still, like it has to be something. Like I get you want to put the last guy over. Put those guys over building up to this last fight. This last fight needs to be one that be like, that's how I want to remember John Cena. Like, I feel like everyone's gonna remember John Cena tapping out now with his stupid ass comb over. Like,
but I think if it was Seth,
Seth Rollins is cool.
I don't think Seth needs it.
No, he don't.
He don't need it. Yeah, and that's the thing. Like,
but wasn't Gunther champ for mad long or something like that? I was reading something like that.
But like Gunther's champ, but he still needs it. I feel like they had him retire Goldberg.
I don't think this did it for him though.
It might not. It might not ever do it for him because some guys just don't connect. Yeah. But that's someone that's not connecting that they would go that far to give to Cena, I feel. But yeah.
You was hot about that.
Bro. It don't come out like I love wrestling so much and I wanna watch it. It's just it's hard to watch it as you get older. So those little
compared to what it was when
those
we were
little
younger,
things, those
what
pieces,
we were watching.
When I buy in, I love that you got me to buy in.
Bro, that's what happened. Like I didn't watch wrestling for like 7 years, and then Punk did the pipe bomb promo. wearing the Stone Cold shirt, and then from there I was back in. And
It's
now
great.
like it's always around maybe this time with the Rumble coming up and then Mania. It's like, all right, I'm back in now. Like, but they gotta do something. Like at the Rumble, he fucking low blows Cody, and you're like, yo, what the fuck?
I was when they bring me in, I love it. I'm like, you guys did it. Good job. I'm like, I
You
love
feel
it.
accomplished when it's over. Like, damn, like it was worth, and I was worth
the
watching.
bloodline story with Cody redeeming.
That shit was dope.
Oh
bro.
my god,
Yeah.
it's when wrestling is done right, it's so good.
Yeah. Nah, that's a fact, man. That's a fact.
Yeah, I mean, that sucks though with the way it happened, the way it did. Like, I don't think there was anyone that really liked how it went. I feel like everyone was just like, and everyone's hating on Triple H for it.
Yeah, you take the blame. You're the booker.
You think that could be a little jealousy? Maybe he's jealous of John Cena, like how John Cena's career went over his. Maybe. I mean,
I don't know. I wouldn't think so.
yeah.
Nah, because I feel like
I mean,
he
Triple
runs the
H's-
company now.
Also, like
and
Triple
he's-
H's career went as good as it can, you know.
Yeah.
Like how many times did he go and come back and go and come back and just love every time? You know what I mean?
And
like,
also was just not average, but he was a regular guy that became a wrestler and then married into the company and now
Yeah.
runs it.
Crazy.
Like he's had a fucking
and he was
crazy.
part of DX. Like,
Yeah,
let's
he's-
talk about it. Was
Bro,
there
the best bad guy ever. And like NXT was his brainchild, and that like all the top guys are from there. We could go on and on
Scott
about
Hall
this
not the
wrestling
best,
shit.
the best bad guy ever? You going Triple H?
Triple H's best bad. I hated Triple H.
Triple H and 09 Randy Orton.
Yo, my God.
Randy
He was
Orton
like,
is
he was RKOing old women.
fucking soccer punting them and shit.
Oh, my God.
Did you give your athlete? Who's your athlete?
Yeah, I named
Islam.
the Islam.
Islam,
storyline.
yeah. There was one thing you wanted to mention before we gave our take, something about Connor McDavid.
So yeah, we were discussing.
By
maybe,
the way, real quick, full disclosure, and I'm sure you guys listening have caught on to the subjects that they're very passionate about and know about. Yo, Dylan, maybe from like 2017 to 2021, real talk, he predicted every Stanley Cup winner.
I'm gonna just say Rangers next year. Hopefully, against
No, but like, yo, the one thing I like about you is you're like really honest about your teams. That's why I think us two always got along.
Yeah.
Because there'd be years I'd be like, yo, Rangers are like 20-1 to win the cup. You're like, bro, they have no chance.
Yeah.
And then there'll be times we'd be like, yo, this might be the year, right? Or like just a couple of years ago, you were telling me about Florida, like you were telling me about Tampa Bay, and the Rangers ran into them a couple of times, But like when it comes to hockey, bro, you know your shit, and you've been super passionate about this Connor McDavid thing. Do you remember we saw him his rookie year,
yeah, at MSG.
bro? We got Finn. Like, I was so mad at myself for not going to the Vegas NBA Cup game because I was working on the first one when the Spurs played the Thunder. I went to the Apex, and then on Tuesday night I had this big meeting with, I can't disclose who it was with, but like I couldn't go to the Spurs and Knicks because I want to see Wemby. Because it's like one of those things where it's like, yo, bro, it looks crazy on TV. In person, they got to
It's
look wild.
different, yeah.
Yo, we saw Connor McDavid in the Garden, and like we were maybe from like here to the end of that table with the glass.
Yeah.
Mind you, not the biggest hockey guy. Bro, he does one shift, and I go to him. I'm like, "Who the fuck is 97?"
Yeah.
He's like, "Yo, he's number one pick. Like he's the guy,
How
bro.
old
One
is he now?
shift.
29.
Oh, so he's still
20. He's around there. In that
so
age.
he's still got years to go.
Yeah.
So what's this thing that like you hate that he did?
So I feel like he betrayed the whole hockey world.
Did he turn heel like Cena?
He turned heel. He could have made a really big moment in the NHL by finally jumping ship, because we don't get that a lot in hockey. There's not a lot of like player movement. So we could have had our like LeBron James, I'm taking my talents down to South Beach moment. And after 2 Stanley Cup finals, you lose both times. You kind of figure out what you have. They're kind of cap strapped. No goalie. I might as well be their goalie. He could have made like a real big indent in the news hockey wise. We were leading up to like the summer of McDavid, where there are so many teams planning on trying to sign him. The Rangers being one of them. I was telling all our friends.
That's why he's bad.
I'm telling our friends for 3 years, it's all right. McDavid's coming. And I really feel like we were positioning towards that, a lot of teams. And this summer he goes and he re-signs with the Oilers for 2 seasons. And I feel like he was really saving face And it's funny I say saving face because I feel like he doesn't want to be he didn't want to be known as the person that jumped ship on a team because it's not done in hockey, and I feel like it really needed to be done. One thing that they needed more than him winning the Stanley Cup last year, I was telling everybody, was him losing the Stanley Cup because it added to the storyline. He's the best player in the world for a few years now, and it was finally time. You can't win there. And he saved face by signing 2 more years. I think it's going to bite him in the ass. I think he's going to leave this summer. I don't even think he's going to finish a deal there because they're not that great now, and they can't get better. Colorado is figuring it out. Nate McKinnon, I feel like right now, he might be the best player in the world right now, Nate McKinnon. He's kind of turning that corner on him a little bit. No, not new. They were always 1A and 1B.
Oh, okay.
But like right now at this moment,
got the edge.
the Colorado Avalanche are like historically good. They're on like a historic pace.
Yeah.
And he's playing like the best player in the world right now.
Does he have a cup or no?
Yes,
Nice.
he has one already. So you're chasing that as well.
Did he beat Connor McDavid for one of these cups?
No, they're both in the same conference.
Oh, so
it's
it
just like
wouldn't
there's
happen.
little things. They're both on Team Canada, so it should be interesting. Last year at the Four Nations, he won MVP, Team Canada. So that was always a thing, like who's going to win. McKinnon won,
Right.
and then to just turn around and keep the momentum pushing. The 2 years he made the Stanley Cup, he didn't have to deal with the Colorado Avalanche. They're in like a little bit of a rut, but they got some players and they figured it out. They have a much better team than Edmonton. And I think it's only going to go downhill from here. So not only did he hurt himself, I feel like he hurt the hockey world by giving us that big moment and big storyline. Hopefully we get it this year. He'd have to ask for a trade. But this year would have been huge because, you're going to Italy. You would have been a pending free agent on Team Canada. Will he be in the Olympics as a pending free agent? Who is he talking to? Who is he teaming up with? He kind of stole all that from us. And we needed that big storyline. This was a big off season with free agents, and none of them moved. Kirill Kaprizov, your boy Jack Eichel, McDavid, Artemi Panarin. There was no movement. Panarin might move, but we're like
These names are nuts. Bro.
we're lacking that storyline, and it was taken from us.
Hey, who's that guy on the Avalanche that got the Gretzky cosign that you told me about?
Nate McKinnon
No, the other one.
on the Avalanche.
Isn't
Cale
this
Makar.
Makar?
That's my favorite hockey player. Cale Makar is right now. He's like a best defenseman ever right now, and has years to go. He's the best defenseman in the world. I love Cale Makar. Those guys are coming. The Avalanche, they're probably going to win the cup again this year. And they got Marty Natchez. They got they got gamers.
When I hear these things, I'm pulling up the apps to just see
Yeah.
what the odds are for this because
They're
see.
historically good. They got the second best player in the world. I think right now playing as the best player in the world.
Oh my God, they're plus 300 to win the
Look
cup.
at their record.
And then Tampa Bay's plus 800.
Look at their record.
So it's kind of like the Thunder.
Yeah, same. Look at their record. It's literally. I think that they went like 20-something games without losing in regulation.
That's fucking insane, bro.
And it's just all off the back of a dog, like 2 dogs.
Love that.
They're 20.
Yeah.
They're 25-2.
Yeah, like they've been good, but
They are the Thunder, like legit.
no joke. They've been good. They just finally
What does
like
OTL mean?
overtime losses.
Oh, so they have 7 losses, but in overtime.
You're getting a point for that. That's why it's a separate statistic.
Oh my goodness.
So, like, not only were they really good, but they kind of unlocked whatever they unlocked and figured it out. And yeah, so McDavid has an uphill battle to climb, and I feel like he really fucked it up for us.
Damn. Hell of a promo you just fucking cut, bro.
I could keep going. We can keep going.
Yeah, so let me ask you this before we wrap the show. Would you guys chase, because I'm assuming he would have broke the bank if he didn't sign with Edmonton,
He
right?
even gave them a team-friendly deal.
So do you chase rings or the money?
You want me to go first?
Yeah, I'm asking you specifically.
Okay, so I
And,
honestly,
and obviously we're not professional athletes, but I'm just saying like how your makeup is as a person.
I
What would you
really
do?
feel it depends on what kind of caliber player you are. A Connor McDavid, you have to chase the rank, like you have to chase your legacy. You have to chase the rings. If you're, I don't know, name any random player.
I was gonna say if you're like the 15th guy on the bench and you're just gonna say you have a ring.
I would go as far as like you could be like a solid player. I would go as far as that. Like if you're that good, you need to win. There's guys you're chasing. You're chasing ghosts. The whole you're chasing Gretzky, you're chasing Lemieux, you're chasing Crosby, you're chasing. You know, you need to win, you need rings, or you won't be in that category. So that's my personal opinion. Depends on the caliber of player you are.
I never thought of it that way, and I think that might be the answer.
There's no way he could. You know, he needs to win. If you maybe you don't care about it, but if you're a great player, you have to win.
Because I'm thinking in the NBA, like, and shout out to him because he was just on It Is What It Is recently. If you're J.R. Smith, you should be chasing the money.
I'm chasing money if I'm J.R. Smith.
If you're LeBron, you're chasing legacy. So the ghost. I never thought about that, bro. That's mad true.
I think it depends on like the mentality of the player though too.
It definitely
Like,
does.
You could be, I don't know, like for instance, like we're saying like, oh, J.R. Smith, right? But like maybe in J.R.'s mind, like he wants to show that he was a champ, right? So like, do you get one and then after that it's all about the money? Or are you a kind of person who's like, I'm going to make my money regardless. I'm trying to get as many rings as I can. But like, I don't know, like a lot of times people like, for instance, like with Draymond, they're like, oh, Draymond got 4 rings, but they don't put him up in that conversation where it's like one of like the greatest of all time based on rings. You know what I mean? I don't know. I feel like it really just depends on like the mentality of the player, but I don't think there's much more to say rather than what you said with the like who the player is. Like if you're like the 8th guy on the bench, like go get that bag. They're gonna be like, you didn't earn that ring. You know what I mean? But like a guy like that who's carrying the team, like Brunson should be going for the ring.
You need the ring.
So like,
Especially
you want to be the guy who's looked at as like the greatest Nick of all time. You got to go get that ring. But like, I don't know, someone on the like Jordan Clarkson. Jordan Clarkson don't really need a ring, right? Like it's not like obviously you want one, but I feel like Jordan Clarkson could be considered in like a comparison of like a J.R. Smith. You know, like type of player, like awesome, like comes in, does his role, but like. I mean, everyone wants to win. No, that's the main goal of it. So, I mean, if I'm, I feel like we'll never know unless we're in that position. Because like right now, I could be like, yeah, like I want a ring, but like that 50 mil sounds a lot better than a piece of hardware.
Bro, Jalen Brunson is a perfect fucking example because he took a pay cut with the Knicks. Yeah. After that first contract, left like 120 on the table.
It's almost like a good comparison to who you were just saying. You said he took a paycheck as well, and now Brunson, like similar comparisons to opposite sports, you know.
But like, you know how earlier in the show we were talking about like, yo, the friends around you.
Yeah.
If I'm in Brunson's camp, I'm like, yo, this is really dope. The first time you left 100.
Mm-hmm. Next time, let's get that money.
We can't do it again. Right? Like, yo, dude, listen, I know you want a statue outside the garden, and I'm for it. The first one, dope. You became like, he could go anywhere in the city forever, even just off that gesture, because you wanted to bring in towns and bridges and like have all the contracts fit. But as your friend, I'd be like, yo, Finn.
Go get that bag.
What are we doing here?
You gave him one pay cut, not a second one.
Go get that bag.
So, yeah, I feel you guys. I think you guys brought up some good points. I'm kind of like, I've become very money hungry. Mm-hmm. Now that I see like what's obtainable, I'm like, yo, when people say money don't buy happiness, I want to just fucking slap on a rear naked choke.
They haven't had enough money to buy some happiness.
Yeah.
Yo,
but yeah,
guys,
I mean that ring not paying the bills, right? Like,
bro, you guys are blue collar guys. How do you feel when you hear athletes be like, I'm miserable and depressed?
Fucking drives me up a wall.
Yeah, bro.
I mean, everybody has their own thing.
Yeah.
Nah, for sure.
I'm
but like,
changing sprinkler valves out, getting hit with the dirtiest water of all time, and this guy's Odell's complaining that he couldn't make 100 mil last for generational wealth.
When he says the dirtiest water of all time, he's talking about water that sat in pipe for 40 years.
Like this color, like legit this color.
Legit, it's been in there since like 1965.
But yo, this is what I'm saying. How can you hear an athlete say shit like that when they make, I don't know how much you guys make, but they make 10 years of fucking teacher salary in a game? How can you, like, they're just so out of touch with reality. Like, I can never get behind it. Mm-hmm. No. I'm for mental health. You have anxiety, depression, I'm for it. I'm not for it if you're making $20 million a year and you tell me you're depressed. Mm-hmm. Again, going back to the real friends. If I'm making $20 million a year and I come to you guys and I'm like, yo, guys, I'm a little depressed.
Like, asshole, shut up.
Yeah.
Bro, shit.
Keep it to yourself.
Keep that to yourself.
Bro, shit. Cool.
Like, not like, yo, listen, feel how you want to feel. Like, mental health's a real thing. Like, I'm not trying to, like,
no, neither am I,
but, like,
yeah.
But, like, you don't got to go out and be on social media, like, I'm sad with this. I'm 20 million. I'm so sad. Like, you know, like, I feel like mental health, like issues with that, like you go to your closest circle for that first. Like I feel like that's not something that needs to be like displayed to a bunch of people unless you're talking about like help for others in my opinion. But like
or you could go to the Clippers, right? Play 10 games and plant trees for an extra for an extra 100 mil on the side.
Podcast P.
Like Kawhi.
Paul George is actually coming into this studio after we filmed to come shoot.
Also like the whole privacy thing and like keeping it, because I'm with you. Like I share a lot of my life in social media, but there's a lot that I don't want to share because I want to keep something for me. It's like, yo, I hope I never get famous enough, bro, where I gotta apologize to fans for a breakup.
Oh, yeah.
Or like being like, yo, respect my privacy. It's like, asshole, if you didn't say it, we wouldn't have known anyway.
Yeah.
You know?
It's not
like
you just know.
you're just asking for attention.
Yeah.
I want to end with this. 2026. Hot take. It's going to be the best sports summer of all time.
Wow.
In what regard?
We got a World Cup.
I can't wait for that.
And we got a World Cup here, bro.
That is sick, right?
That is...
MetLife better fix that goddamn turf.
They are for soccer. And that's been the big debate, that like they changed the field for soccer as opposed to what the Giants play on. So
Will they keep it?
Hope so. I mean,
I fucking hope so. FIFA was like, yo, we can't have fucking all these, and the club teams too are like, yo, we can't.
Mm-hmm.
We're paying Mbappe fucking $80 million a year. We can't have him be playing in MetLife and shooting
on
Messi
that
and all these.
ACL grabber.
But yeah, I really think this is gonna be like a GOAT summer. The World Cup goes into like the middle of the final is on the 19th. Training camp starts the 25th. It usually ends like July 8th-ish.
Earlier, right?
Yeah, but they're starting it later. Well, it's getting dragged because there's more teams. There's 48 teams as opposed to 32. So with it being in the States,
I feel like that's the one sport where you can know nothing about it and just be in it. Like, let's get to it.
Bro, it's like nationalism, the fucking the Hulk Hogan theme song as we're walking to the bars and shit. Like, it's super lit. So I really think it's gonna be like we use the term generational a lot, and it bothers me. Because, like, generational means, like, literally one generation. We can't have 19 running backs that are generational.
Yeah.
It's like, yo, you have one every 10 years, and that's generational. But this is a legit generational event. Last time it was in the States was 1994. My dad still tells me stories about going to Italy, Bulgaria, fucking semifinal.
That's a story to tell, right?
And he's like, yo, the Italian dudes in Astoria will offer me, like, $3K for a ticket. Him and my mom went. My dad was like, yo, we wanted to go because it was
what
like
are those
a life.
prices going to be like?
Oh, bro. So they've already, like, they've been having trouble selling because very similar to what happened with Formula One in Vegas. The first year, like, tickets were so high that they priced out the locals. So FIFA priced out the locals in the States. So they've cut the tickets, like, in half. But it's still going to be, Because, bro, no one's going to buy a ticket for $5K for a group stage and not knowing who you're playing.
Yeah.
So,
so it's sold as like Group C, Game 3.
Yeah.
It's not sold as.
So you'll get a kick out of this, and you too, because I know you guys are sneakerheads. You know when you like do the drawing to win a sneaker, it's kind of the same thing with the tickets, where like you put a bid in for match day 6, Group D. Leg 1. You have no idea who's playing on match day 6. You just saying like, yo, the third game.
You rolling the dice. You could either get a top tier or a shitter.
Bro, so like there's been a lot of controversy that like one of like the hot cities was Seattle or Portland. One of the two. And like it was heavily rumored that like that's going to be the Portugal group. And it's like Egypt and like Iran is a draw.
Is in that group?
No, it's like that's the matchup that everyone was coveting.
Oh.
And then like Miami gets Colombia, Portugal. It's like, yo, Ronaldo and Colombia and all the Latino people in fucking Miami.
It'd do numbers.
So like now they want to try to get rid of that, where it's like, yo, don't buy the tickets until after. Or at least buy the knockout stages, because there you'll know like, yo, quarterfinal game, I'm going to see some fucking banger shit.
Yeah.
You know, you're going to see.
You want to see the best of the best.
Yeah. So I think it's going to be
real
the best
quick, I just
summer
got to
ever.
ask you, because you're my soccer guy. U.S. soccer, we've kind of been on like a lull. We were hoping to be like much higher heading in. Like, what do you?
Dude, when we didn't make the World Cup in 2018, I shot a video that said congratulations to the 2026 World Cup champs, the USA, and I've been getting cooked ever since. Here's the thing. Pulisic is probably playing. He's probably a top 10 soccer player right now in the world.
I've been reading he's been playing his best soccer.
Ever since he went to Italy, he's like the best player on AC Milan, which is crazy.
Yeah.
Collectively, not as confident. Like, we got a lot of like good players that play places, like McKinney, Weah, Bulligan, who plays forward in
What
Europe
about my guy
too.
Sergino?
He plays for PSV. You know, he had torn his ACL, but he came back. But like collectively, they just don't match. And that's where it's like, I don't know. I don't know who's playing goalie.
They got to get Tim Howard back out there.
Yeah, if we could get Tim.
Stonewall.
Yeah, so.
Does he still play?
Nah. He's like an analyst now. But yeah, it's going to be. Everyone's like, oh my God, they got an easy group. Well, not if Turkey's that fourth team, bro.
True.
Turkey
Who else is in the group?
It's USA. Fuck, why am I blanking right now? I know Turkey is going to be USA World Cup group.
And not every team has made it yet, right?
No. Oh, Paraguay and Australia. Paraguay is not bad.
Yeah.
South America. And so they play Paraguay first, and then they play Australia second.
And we're still waiting on that fourth team.
Which, it's like minus 500. It's going to be Turkey. And Turkey is like I was telling people, like, yo, they might be a crazy, like,
Dark horse.
Cinderella team.
Like Croatia a couple years ago. Like, they're nasty.
Yeah.
So don't get your hopes up.
The Florida Gulf Coast. Remember them?
Just be cautious.
Yo, Italy hasn't made it yet, right? Are they in it still, or they get knocked out?
I think they have a playoff. They have to be in, but they're not in the same playoff with Turkey. But if they do get in, they have a pretty favorable group too.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we'll see. I'm rooting for Portugal, though. Financial investments. They're really good, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like Ronaldo's swan song. So we'll see. We'll definitely talk about that. We just dropped the World Cup little mini preview earlier this week. So go and check that out. Thank you all for listening. 2025 year in review. I appreciate you two guys on many, many different reasons. Let people know where they can find y'all and follow the content you guys are going to start doing.
You want to go first, or?
Yeah, I mean, my Instagram will be tagged below, right? That's it, really.
Is that what we're doing?
I guess so, right?
My Instagram's going to be tagged below?
Ice
Yeah, bro,
matcha.
That's fine.
We've
Dill's
upgraded,
back
bro.
on the gram.
Yo, find me on IG, Big Matcha. It should be right here.
That's my hot take in 2026, that Dill's gonna have the hardest gram of the year without a doubt.
I'm trying,
But yeah, this has been fun. Leave some comments down below if me and Dill should start creating some content, if y'all liked what y'all seen.
Hey, if only y'all knew someone that, contributed to a network.
No, unfortunately we do.
Yeah.
Unfortunately we do.
Yeah.
Hey.
Hey, man. Let's see. I'm excited for this year. Thank y'all for listening. See you next time.
I'm a gold medalist, bronze like your medal is. So many deer in headlights, but it's bedtime. Hear that supper bell, main course be the venison.
Dab. Most dangerous game. Either kill or be killed.